Phillies looking to take control of the series tonight against the Cincinnati Reds, as the series is currently tied at 1 apiece. The Phillies did not get a lot of offensive production last night, I should say, but they're looking to try to get a better production tonight at the plate and from a pitching standpoint as well. Good evening, everybody. Welcome on in. My name is Jason Joseph, and this is Play-by-Play with JJ. Hopefully you're all doing very well and having yourselves a very, very fantastic day. Phillies are in Cincinnati once again in the middle of this 4-game series. Reds are 13-10 and are 8-6 at home. They played really well last night, and the Phillies just did not get a very good performance from their starting pitcher, Christopher Sanchez. Only went 3 innings, and it wasn't all his fault, but the defense definitely did not hold up their end of the bargain, and Sanchez just did not have his best stuff. But today's a brand new day for the Phillies. The Reds snapped their losing streak last night, and the Phillies need to just keep their foot on the gas pedal. And this could potentially be Spencer Turnbull's last start. And we have no idea what's going to happen in regards to Sunday, but Rob has said that he's probably going to get pushed back, and he's going to potentially go as a middle reliever in the bullpen. So that's something to just keep your eye out on. In regards to tonight's game, you have Spencer Turnbull going up against Nick Lodolo. Lodolo has done a very good job against left-handed hitters, and that's why Bryson Stott and Brandon Marsh once again aren't in the lineup today, because he has been so dominant against left-handed hitters. And this is a guy who has obviously a very good four-seam fastball coming in at like 94, 95 miles per hour. The curveball is pretty good as well. That can be really deceiving. The changeup, he utilizes about that 13.5% of the time. And the sinking fastball, every once in a while we'll try to throw that, and that's been something that he's been very dominant with. In his career against the Phillies, he actually has a 2.22 ERA in about 24.1 innings of work. 8 walks only and 31 strikeouts in those 24 innings. Phillies batters are really going to need to do a good job against him in regards to tonight's game. I want to hear what your final score predictions are. Comment your thoughts down below. I want to make sure I also say hi to everybody that's on here, including Daniel Berry Sports, Katie, and all the other people. Andre's here. Shout out to my boy, DFJ Hoops. He is always here and always loves to support the channel, which is absolutely awesome. All right. The Phillies taking on the Cincinnati Reds, and the Phillies, they are 15-9 on the season. They're actually 5-3 on the road and are 8-10 over their last 10 games. They really need to have a very good performance tonight before they wrap up their series tomorrow afternoon and then fly out to the West Coast and take on the San Diego Padres and the LA Angels. So, should be a very interesting game for sure. And they're looking to go 16-9 on the season, and that would be really good. You know, the NL East standings looking pretty tight so far. This has been a very tough division in regards to this season. The Mets had a big winning streak. The Phillies were on a big winning streak. The Phillies are actually 15, so they're 15-9. They're actually now they are actually 3 games behind the Atlanta Braves, because the Braves have played in, wait, is that correct? 24, 22. They're just 2 games behind the Atlanta Braves. I couldn't do the math correctly. And they are 2.5 games above the New York Mets in the division, who are 12-11. All right, so starting lineups. Let's do that right now. All right, so for the Phillies, they got Kyle Schwarber leading things off. He's the DH for tonight's game. Trey Turner over at shortstop. Alec Boehm is the first baseman, batting third. Nick Castellanos batting in the cleanup spot. He's out in right field. Whit Merrifield is over at second base. He's batting fifth. Edmundo Sosa over at third base is batting sixth. And then Christian Pache is playing out in left field, hitting seventh in the lineup. Yohan Rojas batting eighth out in center field. And Garrett Stubbs is batting ninth, and he's catching behind the plate. So JT has the day off. Bryson Stott and Brandon Marsh also have the day off as well, because Lodolo has been a very good pitcher against left-handed hitters. So the sun is shining bright out over towards left center field, and pretty much throughout the whole entire left field. There are some shadows over towards the first base, right field side, and in the infield, so the sun and the shadows may be a factor in tonight's matchup, but it should be an interesting one. Phillies are facing Nick Lodolo, and again, he's had a pretty good season in 2 starts. He's 2-0 with a .75 ERA. And 12 innings of work, 16 strikeouts, and just 1 walk allowed on the season. And we talked about it before, but we're going to say it again. He'll throw about 95 to 96 on the gun for a fastball in regards to his four-seamer, but he has a curveball as well, and the breaking pitches that he can utilize can be really, really deadly. And to a team that tends to chase after pitches, that could be something that you just have to look out for, especially when you're early on in the counts. So, all right. So, again, it's Schwarber, Turner, Bohm, Castellanos, Merrifield, Sosa, Pache, Rojas, and Stubbs. And they will be facing Nick Lodolo. David Bell, the manager for the Cincinnati Reds, was out there before exchanging the lineup cards along with Rob Thompson. Phillies in their away uniforms, they're gray and red, as Schwarber steps into the box. And Lodolo with the first pitch. There's a fly ball. It's hit out over towards shallow right field. Backing up and making the catch is Encarnacion Strand. And there's one away. First pitch, and it's an out. Christian Encarnacion Strand just had to backpedal over towards the line on the outfield grass and made the easy catch. So here's Trey Turner, who's batting .327 on the season, ended his hitting streak yesterday. Lodolo gets set and fires a 95-mile-per-hour fastball just at the knees for a called strike. If you are just tuning in, make sure you hit the thumbs up button and hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell icons. The name is Jason Joseph, the 0-1. That's a 94-mile-per-hour heater on the inside corner for a strike. Umpires for today: Tony Randazzo calling the balls and the strikes. Alex Tosi over at first base. Dan Bellino is the second base umpire, and Phil Cuzzi's over at third. The 0-2 on the way. It hits Trey Turner over towards the ankle, and he is down. And it was Alec Bowman was on deck, is going out to check on him, and there comes the trainer too for the Phillies. Turner is definitely down. It definitely hit the lower area of his front leg. So he will be rewarded first base. He did get into a squatting position. Not really a squatting position, but he got just on his knees, really. He actually hit the back foot. I stand corrected. It hit the back foot. Ugh. Ay. But he gets up, and he'll walk on over to first base. He gives his batting gloves to the trainer. And Turner's now jogging. So he's doing 2 things at once, trying to walk, and then he did a little jog there. All right, so Thompson and the trainer go back into the Phillies dugout. Here's Alec Bohm, who's coming up to bat. Lifetime 3 for 11 versus Lodolo. And hitting .305 on the season. First pitch, it's down low, and Turner will dive into second base very safely. Trey Turner, after getting hit by a pitch, literally in the back foot, started jogging over to first base after he got hit, and then on the very next pitch, he was just able to dive in there head first, and the throw was very, very late. Here's Bohm, who slices this one out to right field for a base hit. Trey Turner rounding third. He'll come in to score. Benson will test his arm, and it's cut off by Encarnacion Strand, and Bohm is in a rundown. De La Cruz tags him out in between first and second. It's an RBI single. The Phillies take a 1-0 lead, but Alec Bohm is out over at second base. Actually, really, it was in between first and second, so there's 2 away. Probably should have just stayed over at first base. Figured that Turner was easily going to score, and Benson just was able to throw it to Encarnacion Strand, who cut it off, and it was just the right play. But Bohm has to be a little bit more careful on the bases, and so does Paco Figueroa. Hit it in a very good spot, though. So it's 1-0 Phillies, and Nick Castellanos comes up to bat, and he takes a curveball outside for ball 1. So 2 down. Bohm was out trying to extend a single into a double, was actually caught into a rundown. The 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss. Curveball that was in the dirt to Nick Castellanos. Lodolo gets set at the belt. Kick steals the pitch, swing and a miss. 94-mile-per-hour pitch that was upstairs, and Castellanos could not catch up to the heater. He's 2 for 10 lifetime against Lodolo. They said on the NBC Sports app they spelled it Lodolo. That's incorrect. The 1-2 on the way, swing and a miss. And Nick Castellanos strikes out. The Phillies do get a run, though, on the RBI single by Alec Bohm. Put them up 1-0. We go to the bottom of the first. Cincinnati coming up. Okay. Well, out at second. Actually, I don't want to toot my own horn. That was actually a really, really good call there. I was really on top of the action. Sometimes, like, whenever there's a rundown, I freeze, but I actually have to give myself a little bit of credit for actually following the action there and doing a good job at that. All right, we go to the bottom of the first. So here we go. The lineup for the Cincinnati Reds. It'll be Will Benson out in right field batting first. Elly De La Cruz hitting second over at shortstop. Spencer Steer, the left fielder, will be batting third. And then you got Christian Encarnacion Strand over at first base batting fourth. Nick Martini, the designated hitter, batting fifth. And he's the DH. And then it's Tyler Stevenson, who's catching behind the plate, is batting sixth. Jemer Candelario hitting seventh over at third base. Eighth is Santiago Espinal over at second base. And Stuart Fairchild is batting ninth out in center field. So again, the lineup for the Reds, it's Benson, De La Cruz, Steer, Strand, Martini, Stevenson, Candelario, Espinal, and Fairchild. All right, so they will be facing Spencer Turnbull. And again, we said this before, but for those of you that are just tuning in, we'll say it again. This potentially could be Spencer's last outing of the season. His last outing before Taijuan Walker comes back on Sunday. Last outing of the season. Oh, my gosh, that'd be really terrible. That'd be so awful. So, should be an interesting one for sure. Turnbull pitched really, really well in his last game, and they're going to need a really solid performance out of him once again today. Guy that doesn't really overpower you with a lot of fastballs or high-speed pitches, but he throws an 89-mile-per-hour pitch just on the outside corner, and I believe that it was called a ball. In 4 starts, he's 2-0. He's gone 22 innings with 22 strikeouts and a 1.23 ERA. The pitch to Benson, that's chopped foul. Benson batting a $189 with 2 homers and 6 RBI. Has a 286 on-base percentage. He's been struggling over his last week or so. 1 ball, 1 strike, and the pitch way outside for ball 2. Phillies defense will look like this. So behind the plate, it's Garrett Stubbs. Over at first base, it's Alec Bohm. Then you got Whit Merrifield at second, Edmundo Sosa at third. Turner is at short. And the 2-1 on the way, foul ball. Christian Pache playing out in left field, and then it's Yohan Rojas out in center, and Nick Castellanos in right. And on the mound, of course, is Spencer Turnbull. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And we're in the bottom of the first. Alec Bohm had an RBI single in the top of the first inning for the Phillies to give them a 1-0 lead, and the 2-2 on the way. Swing and a miss. Curveball that was inside and low, and Benson went fishing after it. First strikeout of the evening, and the first out of the evening for Spencer Turnbull. And now Elly De La Cruz is coming up to bat. De La Cruz homered last night. Almost homered on both sides of the plate. The one that he hit that was right-handed, though, was a foul ball out to right field. The pitch that's down low for a ball. I've always wondered, has anybody I mean, how rare is it when you have a switch hitter up to bat that goes the opposite way, that hits 2 opposite field home runs on each side? The 1-0 pitch that's on the outside corner. I'm sure that Mickey Mantle did it a lot, but I feel like Elly just has that power where, he hit on the left side of the plate yesterday, he hit it out to left field. The 1-1 pitch that's in there for a strike. He almost hit one to right field on the right side of the plate. All right. In case you are just tuning in, my name is Jason Joseph. Thank you all so much for being here. Vicky, what's up, man? What's up, Vicky? How you doing? De La Cruz batting .295 on the season with 7 homers and 17 runs batted in. The 1-2 on the way. Strike 3 called once again. Back-to-back strikeouts, and Elly De La Cruz has to go back to the dugout. Turnbull says, sit down. Nice fastball. Just was able to freeze De La Cruz. Didn't anticipate that coming. 2 up, 2 down. And Spencer Steer is due up next, the left fielder. Turnbull gets set and takes the first pitch up high, 89 miles per hour, with a 4-seam fastball. One ball, no strikes. And the 1-0 pitch lined foul over towards the first base side, and it goes out of play. Phillies won the first game of this 4-game set. They were able to shut out the Reds by a score of 7-0 on Monday night. And then the Reds were able to mollywop the Phillies last night, and they won 8-1 to even the series. The pitch, that's down low for ball 2. Turnbull with 12 pitches so far in the inning. Steer is batting .277. 2 seconds left on the pitch clock. And the 2-1 delivery to Steer inside. Curveball at 77 miles per hour. Steer also has 4 stolen bases and 23 hits and 83 at-bats coming into today. 3 balls, 1 strike. Hitters count here. And the 3-1 delivery inside and high for ball 4. 2 strikeouts. And then a 2-out walk by Spencer Steer. And that'll send Christian Encarnacion Strand up to bat next. All right, so Christian Encarnacion Strand is due up to bat on the right side of the plate. Encarnacion Strand was actually able to tie the game last night in the bottom of the first on an RBI opposite field double, and then he gave the Reds a 2-1 lead on an RBI single. First pitch is a curveball at 76 miles per hour for a called strike. The 0-1 pitch upstairs. The count is now 1-1. The Phillies have scored a total of 104 runs on the season and have only allowed 93, which is the 3rd lowest, or the 4th lowest, I should say, in all of baseball. The 1-1 on the way. It's down low for ball 2, and going over to second base is Steer. The throw by Stubbs, not in time. It's actually a 1-2 count, I beg your pardon. It was in there for a strike. But regardless, there is a stolen base by Spencer Steer. Got a good jump. And even Whit Merrifield, it was not a bad throw. Merrifield just couldn't even get it into his glove, but he would have been safe regardless. 18th pitch coming up. Here it is, the 1-2. Just takes up high for ball 2. The Reds have been able to manufacture 120 runs on the season, and they've allowed 99. So their differential is at plus 21. The pitch just fouled back. Reds are also 5-9 against teams that are above 500 and the Phillies are 5-7. The 2-2 pitch. Good job by Stubbs to block that pitch. It was outside and low. Curveball, and that makes the count now full at 3-2. Encarnacion Strand with 2 long balls and 16 RBI on the season and a .216 average with 10 runs scored. Payoff pitch coming up. Here it is. The 3-2 on the way. Swinging a bouncer. It's a little cue shot. Hit over to Stubbs. Stubbs takes off the mask. Throws over to first. And there's the final out of the inning. No runs. 1 man left. And we play on and go to the top of the second. Phillies lead it 1-0 at Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati. Good stuff. Oh, man. All right. What's up, everybody? What's up, Anthony? How you doing, man? I see that you're on here. Dan Brew, I see that you're here as well. I have an online friend that works in the communications department for the Reds. That's really cool. Who else? Houston Davis here. Elly is a stud. I agree with that. Anthony says that he needs Bohm to get 1 hit to lock his parlay. That's cool. What's up, Bob? What's up, Skimp TV? How you doing? How are you doing? Who hit the home run? Nobody hit a home run. It was just an RBI single by Alec Bohm. Yeah. You know, maybe what I should do, maybe, I don't know if there's a way to do this. I think it's a little bit complicated. But I should have some sort of a recap up here. Because I do tend to, like, find myself, like, repeating things, like more often. But then I also realize, too, like, that I can put the scoreboards up and whatever. And some people still can't see them because they're watching it on the phone. Even if you zoom in, though, like on the phone, like it's easier to see it, and I try to make it as big as possible, but you know, I care about the scoreboard. I don't know, just a food for thought. Do you think that I should have like a little recap that's up there? It's hard to figure that out, actually. I wouldn't be able to do it because then there'd be a lot of spoilers there, and I can't just type everything out. It's a lot to just type and talk at the same time. But okay. All right, we go to the top of the second. Phillies are up 1-0. No. I'm not saying to feel guilty about that. I'm just wondering. Like, I'm just thinking out loud, you know? The 0-1 pitch that's outside for a ball. I'm just wondering because, again, like, we treat this like it's a radio cast, but also it's, you know. 1 ball, 1 strike, and the pitch, swing and a miss at 87 miles per hour on the changeup to Whit Merrifield. Lodolo out there for a second inning of work. But no, I'm just spitballing ideas, you know. Because I want it to be convenient for you guys. I want to make the experience as good as possible for you. I know that I can't show the game, but this is a good alternate. The 1-2 is inside for ball 2. 2-2 on the way. There's a little pop-up hit out towards shallow left center field. Fairchild has to communicate with Steer, and he comes running in to make the catch over towards the alleyway. And Merrifield will go back to the dugout. Now it's Edmundo Sosa who will come up to bat for the Titans. He's 5 for 13 lifetime against Lodolo, with also 2 doubles. First pitch, he takes a curveball that's downstairs and just a little inside for ball 1. Sosa wearing his dark blue batting gloves. Again, playing over at third base tonight. The 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss. Bryce Harper is not playing at first base because he is on paternity leave. Just had his 3rd child. So congratulations, of course, to Bryce. The 1-1 on the way, change up outside for ball 2. So the Phillies have a 1-0 lead. We're in the top of the second. Series is tied at 1 apiece against the Reds and the Phillies, the 2-1. Line drive it out over to left field. It goes over the head of Steer, who had to battle the sun, and it goes all the way towards the wall. Sosa will jog on into second base. Steer throws it over to shortstop, and there's a 1-out double by Edmundo Sosa. He had the sunglasses on and everything, but just could not figure out where the ball was, and it's sort of like they're battling two enemies. That's the thing, is that the sun is shining over towards the left field side, the deeper part of left field, and then the warning track. And Christian Pache is coming up to bat, and he swings and misses at a sinker that was right down the pipe for strike one. If you are new to the channel, hit the thumbs up button and hit the subscribe button. We cover the Phillies, the Sixers, and the Eagles on here, and we hope that you're all having a very good time in the chat. The 0-1 offering, swing and a miss. Back-to-back fastballs at 95 on the gun for Lodolo. Lodolo is, he was a first-round, 7th overall pick by the Reds back in 2019. Went to Texas Christian College. The 0-2 to Pache. That's just a hair outside for ball one. Went to the same high school as Mark McGwire. And then, that's not the Mark McGwire. We're talking about Mark McGwire, who was the rock guitarist of Buckethead. The next pitch is inside for ball two. And then the same as Reds' former pitcher, Frank Pastor. 2-2 on the way is down low and inside for ball three. Was actually a part of a six-player trade in March of 2022, which actually sent Eugenio Suarez and Jesse Winker to the Mariners. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Edmundo Sosa's over at second. He got on with a double. And the 3-2 up high for ball four. Good at bat by Christian Pache. Was down in the count. Was able to work it back up. And that will put runners over at first and second base. Wait, who? That's not Buckethead's real name. Well, according to MLB.com, he attended the same school by Mark McGwire, who's a rock guitarist of Buckethead. And, never mind. Rock guitarist Buckethead and former Reds pitcher Frank Pastor. Yeah, that's correct. I think I'm right. 1 ball, no strikes to Edmundo Sosa. Or to Yohan Rojas, that is. And the 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss. Was on a 94-mile-per-hour heater right down the pipe. The 1-1 pitch fouled off. No, Buckethead is named Brian. Well, that's so weird how they put it. The same school attended by Mark McGwire, rocket guitarist Buckethead, and okay, I see. Okay. English. You're right. Thanks for correcting me. Always read before you say something. I'm happy you corrected me there, though. But yes, grammatically speaking, that's how I misread it. I thought it was a direct address. That's what they call it in English when they separate the commas. The 1-2, check swing. Did Rojas go? They say no over at first base. Phillies have 2 runners on. Sosa's over at second. Pache is at first. And Rojas is up to bat. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out in the top of the second. Lodolo getting ready to throw pitch number 30 as he glances back at second. And the 2-2 fouled off. He's 6'6", Nick Lodolo. And is a 26-year-old. Two and two is the count. And the next pitch popped foul and out of play right behind home plate. So it's 7:05 p.m. Eastern Time. Game got started at 6:40 p.m. Phillies were on a seven-game winning streak, and that got snapped yesterday. 2-2 on the way. Strike three called. Lodolo gets his second strikeout of the evening, and Rojas goes down to the bench. So now Garrett Stubbs is coming up to bat. 2 outs, and Stubbs chops this one over towards the first base side, and it is a foul ball. Thank goodness. Oh, boy. 33 pitches so far by Lodolo. Stubbs hitting 167 on the season. No homers and no RBI, and the 0-1 is a breaking ball that's low and outside. Blues guitarist because he's given us the blues. I'm calling Casty Blind Willie McTell. He's a blues guitarist because he's given us the blues. Thanks for correcting me, though, about the McGuire thing. The 1-1 pitch. Another foul ball over towards the first base side. So that'll make the count at 1-2. Stubbs is now 30 years old. Was an 8th round pick by the Astros back in 2015. And the next pitch is outside for ball 2. MLB just posted a stat on Twitter that Gunnar Henderson is hitting .450 over his last 10 games with 5 homers and 11 RBI for the Orioles. 2-2 on the way. In the air, out to right field. Backing up is the right fielder Benson, and he'll make the catch just shy of the warning track. We go to the bottom of the second. Phillies still up 1-0. They leave 2 men on base. So Martini, Stevenson, and Candelario due up when we return. If Casty's the only player without a day off in MLB, I don't know. I have no clue. I don't know. Hardcore says give him a week off. Well, he went 2 for 4 2 nights ago. I mean, we can't trash him that much. Gave you production. It's not like he's not trying. Like, he definitely is. But I don't know. All right. If you are new, make sure you like and subscribe and hit the notification bell icon. That way you'll know when I go live. The name is Jason Joseph, and this is Play-by-Play with JJ. I'm just jesting. Nah, that sounds good. Nah, you're good. Look, I know I say this a lot, but you know, if you guys, like, have any ideas, or, like, if you want to reach out to me, for business inquiries or just for feedback, if you don't, like, feel comfortable doing it on here, you're, like, more than welcome to email me, all right? The email is jasonjosephonair@gmail.com, so you're more than welcome to do that. I'm going to post it in the chat on YouTube, so if you are on another streaming service or a social media platform like Facebook or any of that, you will not be able to see it, but it is Jason Joseph on air. You'll be able to see it on your screen. You just won't be able to click it. So that's how you can reach out to me for business inquiries or just for feedback on the channel. you're more than welcome to do that. All right. Nick Martini is due up to bat for the Cincinnati Reds, and Stevenson waits in the on-deck circle. Turnbull out there for a second inning of work. He had 21 pitches in just the first inning. And the first pitch in this at-bat is swung on and missed at 87 miles per hour. If you guys also want to donate to the channel, we're on here almost every single day, giving you guys the best type of quality of play-by-play. Please feel free to do so and hit the super chat button down below. No ball is one strike, and the next pitch is upstairs for a ball. I have to realize that during the breaks, those are the times to get the housekeeping stuff out of the way. The 1-1 pitch. That's down low and inside for ball 2. Spencer Turnbull on the bump, as we just mentioned. Has 24 pitches. 21 in the first, and the 2-1 is inside and low for ball 3. Dodgers lead at 1-0 in Washington. Dodgers have runners over at second and third in the top of the second inning. And the Tigers and the Rays are tied 1-1 in the top of the second. 3-1 pitch. Little excuse me swing. Fly ball hit out over to left field, and Pache just jogs in and will make the catch. It was literally just a check swing, fly ball hit out to left field. And Pache was like, I did not anticipate that. I don't think anybody did. It's funny. Pache has his sunglasses out there. It is very, very bright out in left field. Beautiful weather, though. First pitch thrown by Turnbull is fouled back towards the screen. So Tyler Stevenson is up to bat on the right side of the plate. Hitting 193. And looking to get on base here. The pitch, swing and a miss. Good slider thrown by Turnbull. No balls, 2 strikes. Stevenson had to take a very quick step out of the box. Turnbull's 31 years old, from Demopolis, Alabama. The 0-2 is downstairs. Last time he faced the Reds, he went 5 innings, allowed just 1 run. It wasn't an earned run, but he also surrendered 3 hits and had 7 strikeouts, no walks. The 1-2, low and outside for ball 2. Stands at 6'3" and weighs 210 pounds. 2-2 delivery, sweeper that's off the plate and way outside for ball 3. Have you ever got an autograph in person of any Phillies players? No. Actually, yes. I've gotten a few. 3-2 on the way. That's down low for ball 4. And there's a runner over at first base. Abraham Nunez, when he was on the Phillies, we have a signed baseball by him. And who else? I think I got a Jimmy Rollins signed baseball. I could be wrong about that. I know that we have an Abraham Nunez one when he was on the Phillies. The pitch, swing and a miss on a curveball at 77 miles per hour. Jemer Candelario, batting on the left side, another switch hitter for this Reds ball club, hitting 188 on the season with 2 home runs. And he takes the 0-1 inside for ball 1. Also has a 655 OPS. But a 188 average. It's funny. The 1-1. Swing and a foul ball. My favorite saying in sports is that stats don't lie, but they don't tell the full truth either. But sometimes, and I realize this especially with baseball nowadays, is that some stats, are skewed by the eye test. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Jeimer Candelario goes back to the dugout. And there's strikeout number 3 from Spencer Turnbull. Larry's just joshing with me. I don't even remember Abraham Nunez. Yep, look him up. If you actually don't remember him, yep, look him up. 2 outs in the bottom of the second. And here comes Santiago Espinal, that is. Espinal takes a strike on the upper third of the zone. 0-1 is the count. Turnbull gets set at the belt, kicks, fires, and it's fouled off. He's now 48 years old. From the Dominican Republic. Abraham Nunez, we talked about him. Played for the Phillies from 06 to 07. And was on the Pirates from 97 to 04. And St. Louis Cardinals in 2005 as well. The 0-2 on the way, swing and a miss. And Spencer Turnbull able to record a strikeout to end the inning. No runs. 1 man left. And we go to the top of the third. What's up, Katie? How you doing? Yeah, he had 242 for his career. And also 18 homers and 209 RBI. So, Abraham Nunez. Larry thinks I got scammed. Actually, what was I going to say? He, according to MLB Reference, his playing time actually increased because in 2005, he joined the St. Louis Cardinals in 2005, and then Scott Rowland was on the Cardinals that year. He got injured, and during the middle of the season, Nunez saw his playing time increase, and he became an everyday starter over at third base. And then he signed with the Phillies as a free agent, and when he was with the Phillies, he was used in a lot of roles defensively. I remember they had him over at first base a couple times, at second and at third. And he was also used in roles as a defensive replacement and as a starter when pitcher Jamie Moyer was on the mound, which is also, I don't remember that. But apparently he was a very good defensive infielder, and he would play sometimes for Greg Dobbs and Wes Helms, if you remember those guys. And he sometimes played over at third base. But as a hitter, he really struggled. He really did. So Kyle Schwarber's up to bat. We're in the top of the third. Phillies lead it 1-0. Nick Lodolo still on the bump for the Reds. And the first pitch is inside. It was a curveball at 79 on the gun. Schwarber fouled out in the first. He's now hitting 198 on the season. And the 1-0 is down low and outside for ball 2. In this series so far, Kyle has been able to get on base with some walks. So for 7, he has a run scored, an RBI, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts. The 2-0 is outside for ball 3. Eleven-year career, not bad. Yep. 3-0 pitch. That's on the outside corner for a called strike. Good job by Lodolo to just paint that corner there. The 3-1 off a rink. That's just outside for ball 4. And Kyle Schwarber is able to work his way on with another walk. He's just so good at being productive at the plate and just has a really good eye. He really does. It's just a professional at bat there. And you want to get something going in the innings, so you get a leadoff walk there, and now Trey Turner's up to bat. See what he can do here. First pitch. popped up, hit out over towards the right field side. It's blowing over towards the right, so it's going to find the seats, and it goes well into the stands. Turner was able to get on base his last time up. He got hit by a pitch, and it was on the back ankle, and that was a little bit scary. Then he jogged over to first, and then on the first pitch to Alec Boehm, he stole a base. The 0-1 on the way, swung on and missed. Trey in the month of April is hitting .345. Does have 17 strikeouts, but 8 RBI and 2 homers. The 0-2 on the way, change up downstairs at 88 miles per hour. Against the Reds this season, he is 4 for 21 with an RBI and 2 walks. The 1-2 on the way for Lodolo. Fly ball hit out over towards left center field. Going to be a tough play for Steer, but he's able to make the catch towards the alleyway. That was actually Fairchild, and Steer was called off by Fairchild to make the catch, and there's one away. Steer was out in center last night, so he's out in left tonight. Hit it really sharply, too. It was a fastball right down the middle, but where you putting it, didn't put it in the best spot. Here's Alec Boehm, who takes a changeup low for a ball. Alec got an RBI single in the first. That would give the Phillies a 1-0 lead, and that's where they stand right now. Lodolo gets set at the belt, kicks, deals, throws a changeup. It's low. Funny story. Yesterday, if you know Greg Murphy, he does the Phillies pregame show. He does Phillies on Deck on WIP. Well, he did an interview yesterday, and he left his phone in the dugout. 2-0 pitch, line drive down the left field line. It is a fair ball. It's going to go all the way towards the corner. Steer has to get to it. It takes a weird bounce. Schwarber's being waved home. The throw by De La Cruz is not in time. So Kyle Schwarber was sent from first to home plate. It's an RBI double, and Alec Boehm once again comes through for the Phils. And Schwarber gets high fives in the dugout. That was a screamer. That was hit all the way towards the third base side, and there was no chance that even the third baseman was going to get over to it, and Steer had to run a long ways. It took a couple of weird bounces and just bounced into the left field corner. And Boehm able to come through with a base hit. Here's Castellanos, who swings and misses at a curveball at 80 miles per hour on the inside corner for strike one. So Schwarber scores from first base, got on via walk, and Alec Boehm able to come through with an RBI double. The 0-1, there's a fly ball hit out over to center field. Not that deep, though. Fairchild tracks it down, and they'll make the catch. Another ball that was hit pretty sharply, and Boehm has to retreat back over to second. Yeah, you heard that correctly. Kyle Schwarber just scored from first base. I mean, there was no chance that Candelaria was going to get over to it. So we'll table this discussion for the inning break. Here's Whit Merrifield, who comes up to bat, and he fouls off the first pitch at 94 miles per hour. Schwarber actually started to, they're showing in slow-mo him just running. I couldn't tell how fast he was going, but it looks like he was going a little bit slow, but I guess they were just trying to show the angle of him rounding third base. The ball is 1 strike, the pitch. Change-ups that swung on and missed. And the count is 0-2. So Merrifield's 0 for 1. Popped out to center to start off the top of the second inning. 0-2 on the way is a change-up that's low and maybe a hair outside. Boehm now has 14 hits, and this is courtesy of Luke Arcani. 14 hits and 11 RBI in his last 8 games. The 1-2 to Merrifield is just up high for ball 2. So the count is even at 2 apiece. .55 total pitches for Lodolo here. Bohm at second, and the 2-2 on the way. There's another fly ball hit out over towards left field. It's carrying, it's going back, and making the catch is Steer just shy of the track. And the inning comes to an end. Phillies get another base hit, and Alec Bohm is able to come through with an RBI double to put them up 2-0. We go to the bottom of the third at Great American Ballpark. All right, so the story that I wanted to say. I'll do that right now. So Greg Murphy, who covers the Phillies, and does their pregame show on Phillies on Deck. That's what it's called on WIP. Was doing an interview yesterday. I believe it was yesterday. And it was an interview with one of the players in the dugout, and Murphy left his phone. So he left his phone after he was done with the interview. Okay. Well, what happens? Well, T-Mac, Tom McCarthy, who does the Phillies play-by-play on the TV side, found his phone and took some selfies and took pictures with, where is it? Literally just so he took pictures with Dombrowski, I believe. Yep. And a couple of other people that were in the booth. So, and just took a couple selfies. That was really funny. So, just had to say that. The caption was by Murphy. Here's what happens when you leave your phone in the dugout while interviewing Dave Dombrowski for tonight's pregame show. This was yesterday. Pick out the common denominator, and all 3 of those pictures just had Tom McCarthy taking selfies on his phone. He was like, oh yeah, Phillies on Deck at 6:05 on the Phillies radio network. That was really funny. I just had to share that story because I saw it on Instagram. That's where he posted it, and I thought that was really funny. All right. So we go to the bottom of the third inning. Phillies lead it 2-0 against the Cincinnati Reds. And Stuart Fairchild is coming up to bat. It's 9-1-2 for the Reds. There's a sweeper that's just on the inside corner for a called strike. Fairchild hitting .229 this season with 5 RBI. Still looking for his first home run. 40 pitches by Turnbull. And the next pitch, there's a pop-up hit over towards the first base side and foul ground. Bohm gets to it and just makes the catch on the track that's near the tarp over towards the first base side. He had a battle with keeping his eye on the tarp and figuring out where it was. Was able to do a good job at just staying underneath the baseball and timing it all perfectly. There's a 76-mile-per-hour curveball that's taken outside for a ball, and Will Benson is due up to bat. Benson struck out his first time up, and this time he rips this one out to deep right field. It's going back towards the track, and goodbye, baseball. Will Benson got a meatball right down the middle of the plate and just whipped that thing on out of here. That went 396 feet. As he rounds third base, comes into home plate, and the Reds get their first run of the ball game. Fastball that missed its shot, it's a spot, and Benson just tore the cover off that baseball. So there's a solo shot, and Elly De La Cruz is coming up to bat. It's only the second homer that Turnbull has allowed this season. And there's a sweeper that's at the knees for strike one to Elly De La Cruz. Elly struck out in the first. Remember, you homered last night, and the 0-1 is just outside for ball one. Whew. And he crushed that thing. Like, looking at the replay, that was wild. The pitch. That's low for ball two. Not by much, though. De La Cruz batting on the left side of the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike. Turnbull gets set, kicks, delivers the pitch. Line drive in the right center field for a hit. Castellanos just a backhanded on a couple of bounces. The throw is cut off over at second, and De La Cruz, who had to pump the brakes, goes back to first, and he gets on with a single. That was sort of the same pitch that was thrown to Will Benson, and Castellanos did everything he could to just try to backhand that, but De La Cruz is able to get a hit. Tying runs over at first. Go-ahead run up at the plate. We're in the bottom of the third. Throw back to first. Not in time to get the speedster, Elly De La Cruz, as he dives back in there safely. Brewers have a 3-0 lead with the bases loaded in Pittsburgh. It's in the top of the third inning. The pitch to Steer, it's off the glove of Stubbs, and going over to second base, dragging in there safely is Elly De La Cruz. Not a good play by Garrett Stubbs there. Let's see this again. Yep, just bounced right off the heel of the glove. Or the top part of the glove, actually. It's 1 ball, no strikes. And the pitch to Steer is taken for a strike right down Broadway at 92 miles per hour. The Marlins are taking on the Braves. That game just got started. It's in the bottom of the first. Braves have runners at the corners with nobody out. De La Cruz has to job back over to second, and the throw is definitely not in time whatsoever. Reds won the second game of this series by a score of 8-1, and the Phillies shut them out in the first game that was on Monday night by a score of 7-0. Turnbull had to look back over at second. Nobody was covering the bag, but Turnbull just faked the throw. Steer walked in the first, stole a bag during the same inning, and the 1-1 delivery is upstairs again. Phillies are 2-3 against the Reds so far this season. They lost 2 out of 3 in the first series. The pitch on the way, another sweeper that misses inside. I think that Turnbull right now, in this inning alone, just has not been able to execute on the pitches, and you can tell that him and Stubbs have not really been seeing things eye to eye. Runner goes, the 3-1 pitch in there for a strike. The throw over to third by Stubbs. Got him! De La Cruz was out. They are going to check this to see if that is the case, and if Bell wants to challenge this, and I believe, I don't know if he is or not, but what a play by Garrett Stubbs. The pitch was thrown right down the middle. Everybody knew that he was going. He went a little bit too soon, and Stubbs, in the nick of time, able to just throw him out. And how about the swipe by Edmundo Sosa over at third base? So they won't challenge it. Base is empty, and now there's 2 outs, and it's a 3-2 count to Spencer Steer. De La Cruz is still standing over at third. I didn't even see that. They say that nobody's on base. Was he safe? Yep, they say he was safe. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch swing and a miss. So now there's 2 outs. Let's see this again. No, he just got the glove underneath it, but I thought that he was ruled out. That's what I thought that the third base umpire, Phil Cuzzy, ruled him as. Let's see. Yeah, he ruled him as out. He did. What in the world is going on? He rolled him as out. 2 outs and a runner over at third base. The pitch is up high. I guess that did he have a spot to go? That's ridiculous. Stubbs with a gun, it's a dumb rule. So, yeah, you know what it is? It was literally that he didn't allow the runner a base pass. Yeah, okay. 1-0 pitch, grounder hit over to third base. Sosa has it, flips it over to first. It's in time, and that's the end of the inning. So, we go to the top of the fourth. Phillies still lead it 2-1 as we go to the fourth inning. What? That's insane. What else was I don't understand. Like, what else was Edmundo Sosa supposed to do? Like, literally, was he blocking the bag? Not really, in my opinion. You can't block the bag. But he was initially ruled out. So, yeah. He said that he was blocking the bag over at third. There's a lot. I don't know. Let's see. Can we pull this up on Twitter, actually? Let me see. Let's see if we can pull this up really quickly. All right, so let's do this. Let's go to Twitter. Okay. All right. Tell me. You tell me if he's out right here. All right. Garrett Stubbs. I'm going to pull this up really quickly. Bear with me. Window capture. Where is it? Who made the post? Absolutely Hammered made the post. Absolutely Hammered. All right, so 1 second. Absolutely Hammered. Give me 1 second. We're looking at this. You guys still see me? OBS froze on me. Edmundo Sosa's up to bat. OBS froze on me, so we should, there we go. Okay. Tell me right here what you think about this. The pitch that's just down low it was down low, but it's a called strike. All right, so let's zoom in on this. Give me 1 second here. All right. So what does this look like to you? Was he covering the bag or not? Do you see that? I know it's so fast. Is there a way I can, like, slow it down? No, it's a GIF. 2 balls, 1 strike. And the next pitch. Fly ball it out over to right field. And it is hooking foul, and that one goes out of play. I don't know. What does that look like to you? I know that it's a faster motion. If there's something else that I could find, I'll definitely look at that. He straddled the bag. I just don't know, like, what else he's supposed to do there. But that's just me. 2-2 on the way. That's fouled back over towards the screen. And we'll do it again. Lodolo's on the mound. Takes a quick breath. And the pitch. Sosa lost his bat as he fouls the next pitch off and went all the way towards the Phillies dugout. Look out below. And Rojas is, I think, going to give him a new bat. Is he? Where did it go? It just lost it. Went right into the dugout. Heads up. The pitch that's in there for a strike. It was a curveball at 80 miles per hour. Larry says that I think that the problem is that he went to his knees, which blocked the bag. He went to his knee, which blocked the bag. The 0-1 that's down low and outside for a ball. Yeah, I guess that it's a technicality. It was just such a good throw. And I didn't think that De La Cruz was going to beat it regardless. So why give him the bag there if he was not going to beat it out? That's just the way that I look at it. But again, I guess that you can make the same rule for a goaltending in basketball. The 1-2 pitch is inside by a hair for ball 2 to Christian Pache. But yeah, I guess that you can say the same thing because a goaltending in basketball is when it hits the backboard and then a defender touches it. That's a defensive goaltending. The 2-2 swing and a miss, and Pache strikes out. So it's sort of, I guess, like the same sort of analogy, but that still stinks. So Pache strikes out. And Rojas is up to bat. First pitch, high bouncer, hit over towards the mound. Lodolo tracks it down. The throw is high, and it's off the bag. Encarnacion Strand was able to catch it. He had to make a leaping catch, and Rojas gets on. They're probably going to rule that as an error because the throw was high by Lodolo. That's where the throw takes you. It shouldn't be the call, or shouldn't be that call. See, that's what I'm saying. I agree with that. But anyhow, Garrett Stubbs will come back up to bat for the Phils. This will be his second at-bat today. Flat out to right his last time up. Throw back over to first is not in time. So they ruled that. I believe that they ruled that just as an E1. Runner goes. The pitch, the pitch is down low, and Rojas, they said that he was tagged out over at second base, and there should be, that would be the third out of the inning, but it was a good throw by Stevenson. Throw was made over to second to try to get Rojas. And let's see again if he got in there. I don't know. It's hard to tell. He had his right, he dove in head first, tried to get his right hand in there. Can't tell from that angle. De La Cruz was the one that was covering the bag, and he thought that he swiped him. So this one's going to be under review. It's the third base ump's call. I want to know who overruled it. I don't know. I guess he did, but again, I can't see because I'm so limited. And they probably showed it off the camera. So it's 1 ball, no strikes. They are reviewing this to see whether or not if Rojas is out. I don't know if they're going to have too much concrete evidence to overturn this call, but if the call is overturned, they should have a runner over at second with 2 outs. I think that he's safe. So the call's overturned, and Yohan Rojas dives into second base safely, and the Phillies retain their challenge. It's an E1, caught stealing. Figure that out. It's not. The 1-0 pitch, grounder, hit over to first base. Gobbled up by Encarnacion Strand, then he jogs over to the bag. And there's out number 3. All right, so we go to the bottom of the 4th. Reds and Phillies taking on each other. It's 2-1 Phillies. These are the same refs from the Sixers game, too. Those are umpires. These are umpires. JJ, you look different. I don't know why I look different, but thank you, I guess. I don't know if that's a compliment or not, but I guess I'll take it. But yeah. All right. Hopefully you're all doing well and having yourselves a very fantastic day. The name is Jason Joseph. Oh, man. Anyhow, hopefully you're all doing well, man. Appreciate you guys so much for being here. I'm going to take a very quick step off. I'll be right back. All right, we go to the bottom of the fourth. Phillies lead it 2-1. The name is Jason Joseph, and this, of course, is play-by-play with JJ. Oh, man, it's 7:45 p.m. Eastern Time. Hopefully you're all doing well and having yourselves a very, 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 very fantastic day. We're at 2,033 subscribers, so if you guys would not mind, if you haven't done so already, please hit the subscribe button. And if you want to donate to the channel, by all means, you're more than welcome to. You know, I do this every day. And I try to give you guys the best quality of play-by-play content. I really do. So any sort of a donation is absolutely a plus. So if you want to hit the Super Chat button, you can do that down below. I guess tonight is Bark in the Park in Cincinnati. The first pitch is down low for a ball because there's a lot of dogs that are out there. Nick Martini is due up to bat. And Spencer Turnbull back out on the hill for Philadelphia. The 1-0 pitch is fouled back towards the screen. Martini's 0 for 1. Flew out to left his last time up. And the 1-1 pitch, ground ball, hit the top of the hill. Turner backhands it though, flips it over to first, and there's one out. Some of these balls that have been hit back up the middle have just been hit into like weird spots. It's weird how, you know, it can hit the top of the hill or the bottom of the mound or just hit the second base bag, and you have to react to that. Nothing you can do. The pitch to Stevenson is just at the knees on the outside corner for strike one. Stevenson walked in his first plate appearance. Batting on the right side, and the leg kick and the pitch is fouled off. So that makes the count now at 0-2. Turnbull's on a $2 million contract with the Phillies. Signed with them during the offseason. Previously was on the Tigers. The 0-2 on the way. Strike three called at the knees. And there's two outs. Stevenson has to go back to the dugout as he gets caught looking today for the first time. Two outs, and here's Jeimer Candelario, who takes a sweeper just below the zone. Turnbull is 14-29 throughout his career so far. It was through April 19th, so that was his last start. The 1-0 is down low again for ball two. He pitched a no-hitter on May 18th of 2021 for the Tigers. I actually forgot about that. Stubbs is going to go out there to have a conversation with Turnbull here. 63 pitches so far today. Turnbull was at Madison Central High School and then played baseball at the University of Alabama. And he became their top starting pitcher for Alabama in 2013. So then he played for Cape Cod and was selected as the 63rd overall pick in the 2014 draft. Two outs, 2 balls, no strikes to Jeimer Candelario, and he takes that one inside for ball three. Tigers have another Spencer T that obviously is playing with them now, Spencer Torkelson. The 3-0 is up high and outside for ball four. And Candelario gets on via walk. That's the third walk allowed today by Turnbull. He has to do a better job in that regard. And Santiago Espinal steps up to the plate, batting on the right side. Struck out in the second. And Turnbull gets set and delivers. Throws a four-seamer that misses low for ball one. Jonathan India last played for the Reds on April 20th. As the 1-0 pitch is lined into the center field for a base hit, and runners will go from station to station. Espinal gets on with a single, and Candelario goes over to second base. So a 2-out single, and we're in the bottom of the fourth, and Stuart Fairchild is coming up next. Bring him up, though, because Jonathan India is he is back with the club, but he was not in the starting lineup today or yesterday. Fairchild, who comes up, and he looks at a sweeper that's just outside and low for ball one. Fairchild fouled out in the third inning. The 0-1 pitch, and that is down low and outside for a ball. He was hit by a batted ball during batting practice, but that was on April 8th. The 1-1 pitch is just on the outside corner at the knees for a called strike, and the count is now 1-2. They say that he's that India and Fraley, according to David Bell, who's their manager, this is the third day that they've been out because they've been feeling under the weather. So it has nothing to do with the batting practice incident that occurred on April 8th. That was just another thing that happened earlier in the year. The pitch. All right, ground ball hit over to third base, and Sosa's just going to tag out Candelario, and the inning comes to an end. So an unassisted fielder's choice ground out all the way to Edmundo Sosa, and he did the right thing by just tagging Candelario out. He was forced, obviously, to go over to third base, and that's the end of the inning. Time to go to the top of the fifth. Phillies up 2-1. All right. All right, one more time. I'm going to take another quick step off. I will be right back, though, in just a few moments. Don't go anywhere. All right, we are back. If you are just tuning in, we got 52 people on here watching and only 34 likes. Come on, man. Y'all are slacking today. I love you guys, and I do appreciate you guys for being here. But if you guys want to push the algorithm, and if you guys want us to grow a bigger audience, that's all you got to do. Just take 1 second, get out of the stream, and just hit the subscribe button and hit the thumbs up button. Just do that, and then we're all good to go. Well, they got 5 hits on Lodolo. Lobo. Lodolo. That's his name. I don't know. What do you think? Let me know. I think that they can get more hits off of him. Kyle Schwarber is up to bat, and he looks at the first pitch that's just down low for ball one. They already have 3 hits. The 0-1. Fly ball hit out over to left field. It's going to bloop in for a base hit. And that's their 4th hit of the day. So Schwarber gets on with an opposite field single, and that's the 2nd time today that he has gotten aboard. This is to start off the 5th inning. What's up, Trevor? How you doing, man? Trevor says 4. Yep, I just said that. Good job by Schwarber to just put the ball in play and not do too much with it, but just put it in a good spot. Trey Turner's up to bat, and he looks at a 4-seamer that's just outside for a ball. Trey got hit by a pitch in the 1st, scored a run, but before he did that, he stole a base after he got hit by the pitch. It was literally the pitch right after that. The 1-0 pitch down low. Good job by Tyler Stevenson to turn his glove into an open stance. Lodolo with 74 pitches allowed the 2 runs to the Phillies on RBI base hits by Alec Boehm. The 2-0 pitch, ground ball hit over to third. This could be an around-the-horn double play. The throw over the second is 1, and the throw back to first not in time. Trey Turner beats it out. So, there's a fielder's choice ground out. Candelario did everything he could, but Turner does continue to get on base. Hit sharply over to third base, just in the wrong spot. Give him credit for hustling, though. Now Alec Boehm is coming up. Boehm has been really producing a lot of runs for the Phillies, and that's no surprise to really anybody. He's 2 for 2 today with 2 RBI. He has 19 RBI on the season. Throw back to first to try to get Trey is not in time. He's tied for 9th in RBI in Major League Baseball. So he has singled and doubled. 1 out in the top of the 5th inning. And the throw back to first again, and Turner dives back in there safely. Boehm, of course, had a lot of RBI last year. Was able to put up 97 in 145 games. There's a pitch out on the first pitch, and Trey Turner doesn't even think about going over to second. 1 ball, no strikes to Alec Boehm. Lodolo gets set at the belt, looks back at first, and the 1-0 delivery is low and inside. Dodgers now lead 4-2 at Nationals Park as they go to the top of the 5th. Rays have a 4-1 advantage over the Detroit Tigers as that game goes to the 5th as well. 2-0 on the way. It's inside and low. Almost got away from Stevenson, but not too far out in front of him. So it's a 3-0 count. Castellanos waits in the on-deck circle. 1 out in the top of the 5th. The guy that has produced both runs for the Phillies is up to bat right now. It's a 3-0 count. Do you go? Do you get the green light or not? The 3-0 pitch, a foot above the strike zone, and Alec Boehm gets on for the 3rd time today. That's going to put Trey Turner over at second with 1 out, and Boehm will be aboard over at first base. Red Sox have a 6-0 lead against the Cleveland Guardians. They are just shutting them out today. Carlos Carrasco is back on Cleveland that allowed 5 earned runs in 5 innings. And on the mound for the Red Sox is Cooper Criswell, who's a 27-year-old, has a 4.26 ERA coming into today. But he's throwing a shutout. The pitch to Castellanos. It's dribbled foul. Nick is 0 for 2. He has struck out. He has lined out. Hit the ball sharply his last time up. It's an 0-1 count. The 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss on a fastball that was on the upper third of the zone. So that makes the count now 0-2. 81 pitches for Lodolo here. The 0-2 pitch is inside and high for a ball. Larry's trolling the chat. Funny. The 1-2 to Castellanos. It's dribbled foul over towards the third base side. So the count still remains at 1-2. See that the Phantoms, who were the affiliate of the Philadelphia Flyers, they're in the playoffs. 1-2 on the way. Fly ball hit out over towards the right center field side. On the run is Fairchild. Will make the catch over towards the wall. And tagging up from second and going over to third is Trey Turner. And that's going to put runners at the corners. 2 outs and runners over at first and third. And now Whit Merrifield is coming up to bat. Claw, I don't know what you're doing, man. 2 outs and runners over at first and third. Whit Merrifield is up to bat. And the pitch inside, not by much for ball 1. Somebody just asked how are the Houston Astros still in the top 5 for World Series odds? The 1-0 pitch. That's fouled off again. Thanks, Mike. One ball, one strike. They're playing Merrifield to pull here, and the pitch is fouled back again towards the screen. Gorgeous weather out in Cincinnati. Sun is still shining bright, but nighttime is settling in. 7:03 p.m. their time. And the 1-2 is up high for ball 2, and now we have a rundown occurring here. Trey Turner has to go back to third, and he does, and he's tagged out. So they tried to draw that up, and terrible base running again for the Phillies, and that's how the inning comes to an end. All right, we go to the bottom of the 5th. Phillies still lead it 2-1, but they leave runners at the corners, and that's that. What's up, Lucky? How you doing, man? JJ, I'm back from last year. I got my phone fixed. Should be in the streams more often. What's up, bro? How you doing? Thanks so much for stopping by. Thank you so much for doing that, man. Yep. And Mike, if he does it again, I know that you like to give people like second chances, but you know, you can just ban them. You know what I mean? Need one more hit off of it's Lodolo, my guy. You say Lobo. It's Lodolo. Lodolo. Is that Dusty or Trey getting sick of? Is that Dusty or Trey getting sick of this? I did, bud. Nice. Thanks, dude. I appreciate it. I appreciate that. All right. What else was I gonna say? I was gonna say something, and then I forget what it was. Claws to Claude. Yep. Fingers crossed, is Trevor. Yep. Lodolo. Dodo. Doo-doo. You're such a troll. You're such a kid. I love that. I love that. It's nice. Rebecca Lobo. Okay. Okay. They were funny. Time is at 8:05 p.m. Eastern Time. So does that count as Trey Turner getting caught stealing? Does that technically count as a caught steal? Why is my internet so bad today? Yep, Turner got caught stealing, so that's gonna end. That ends his streak. Huh. He was perfect last year in stolen base attempts, and that ends it. So that's the first time that he's gotten caught stealing since 2022. That technically counts. They ruled it as on the ESPN app that he got caught. 2-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. So yeah, Turner caught stealing home. And that was it. How about that? Benson's up to bat. And I guess that's fair. 2-0, the 2-1 pitch. That's chopped foul. That makes it a 2-2 count. He was perfect in steals over the last 2 years. And that just broke the streak. 2-2 on the way. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. And there's the 7th strikeout for Spencer Turnbull. Nice pitch thrown by Turnbull, too. He went with a fastball. And that's how they get the first out. So Benson strikes out looking. One out in the bottom of the 5th, and De La Cruz will look at a changeup at 87 miles per hour. So it's a 1-0 count. The pitch to De La Cruz, looked like it was at the knees for a strike, and it was. So we had 30 stolen bases last year. Yep. And had 5 coming into today. It's over at 41 consecutive games via Todd Zolecki. Maybe I just thought about that. 2 balls, 1 strike. And the next pitch to De La Cruz is at the knees on the inside corner for strike 2. In case you are just tuning in, we're in the bottom of the 5th. There's 1 out. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes to Elly De La Cruz, who's batting on the left side. Elly's 1 for 2 today, singled in the 3rd, and struck out looking in the 1st. 2-2 pitch is low for ball 3. So, yeah, he had 6. Yeah, you're right, because he had 1 steal today before that. So, yeah, 41 stolen bases in a row for Trey. Payoff pitch, swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Spencer Turnbull. 8 strikeouts in just 4 2/3 of an inning. He has been masterful on the mound. How about that pitch, too? What decides to go with the off-speed pitch? De La Cruz can't catch up to it. There's 2 away. First pitch to Steer is in there for a strike, so it's an 0-1 count. Steer walked in the 1st and stole a base. The 0-1 pitch, that's down low and outside for ball 1. I don't want to see Walker start. Well, why not go to a 6-man rotation, man? It's not that Walker's bad. I would just go to a 6-man rotation. I understand what you're saying. If it ain't broke, why fix it? The 1-1 delivery is inside and high for ball 2. So, yeah, so he's at 85 pitches, 4 2/3. He is 3 hits allowed, 1 earned run, 3 walks, and 8 strikeouts. The 2-1 on the way, and that's just on the inside corner for a strike. The 2-2 pitch by Turnbull. That's a little bit low for ball 3. Decided to go with a changeup. They tried to appeal his swing, and they said that he did not go. The Heat down by 4 to the Boston Celtics. 2-2 delivery. It's popped foul, and that one goes out of play. That's your starts for the big 3. It's a full count. Encarnacion Strand waits in the on-deck circle, and the 3-2 on the way. Fly ball hit out over to left field. Not that deep. Pache jogs over towards the left, and the side is retired as he squeezes the catch for the 3rd and final out of the inning. The top of the 6th we go. At Great American Ballpark, Phillies up 2-1 against Cincinnati in this ball game. Maybe Walker will get shelled. Maybe he won't. Maybe Walker will pitch really well. You don't know. You don't know. I like the rotation as is, but I don't know. Nick Lodolo. There you go. Nick Lodolo. Now I'll answer you. How many strikeouts does he have? I don't know. Lodolo is still out there. The question wasn't how many strikeouts does he have. The question is he still out there? It's a yes, he is. Or another pitcher coming in. He's still out there, my guy. Still out there. Our cleanup hitter is slashing 178, 237, 200. Okay, I get it. Bryce is not playing, though. Like, what else do you want, man? I understand. I understand that you're upset. But this team is doing really well. Like, they're 15-9. Like, regardless of all these things. Like, and they're still winning this game. I mean, I know that things can always be better, like for sure. And I'm not saying don't critique. I'm just saying that this team is still doing really well. So, I don't know. He should be hitting 8th. Bryson Stott's been struggling, my guy. I think he should be hitting 8th, but that's just me. First pitch is up high for a ball. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think that Nick Castellanos should be batting 8th in the order? Do you think he should be batting in the bottom part of the order? Yes or no? I agree that he should. But Bryce Harper's not playing. Brandon Marsh is not playing today. And would you rather have Whit Merrifield bat 8th in this lineup? I wouldn't. Or Edmundo Sosa? I don't know. The pitch, and that's fouled off, so it's a 1-1 count. I typed those numbers in because they're literally shocking. Well, I don't really think it's shocking to me, to be honest. The 1-1 to Merrifield on the way, and that's fouled back. Why is he not playing him? Why is he not playing him? Because Nick Lodolo's a lefty, and he's had a lot of success against left-handed hitters this year. One ball, 2 strikes, and the 1-2 on the way. Fly ball hit out over to center field, and there's a base hit. Merrifield's able to get on as he bloops a single out to center. And there's a leadoff single to start off the 6th. JJ, we get it, but you don't reward a guy who isn't hitting a 4th hole spot. I think Cassie should hit 9th right now. Yeah, but I mean, like, it's not like he's going to be batting fourth every single day. Like, this is just one game of the 162. Like, that's all I'm saying. The pitch is inside and low for a ball to Edmundo Sosa. But that's how I look at it. You know? I think if it's just one game out of, like, the 162, and, like, they're still winning a lot of games, I honestly don't really care, like, where he bats, to be honest. The pitch was outside, so it's a 1-1 count. I just banned him, my guy. This is good stuff. This is a great debate. It is. I love having the debate. I really do. I like disagreeing with people. I think it's nice to agree with people on certain things, but I love having, disagreements. I do. These types of disagreements. The 1-1 is inside for ball 2. So on the mound is still Lodolo. Have to remember this is the number one thing, though. Edmundo Sosa is up to bat for the Phillies. There's a runner over at first. That's Whit Merrifield. 95 pitches so far tonight for Nick Lodolo. And the 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss. That changeup was low. It's now a 2-2 count. So the Phantoms are in a best-of-3 series against the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins. Must be the Pittsburgh Penguins affiliate. Makes good content, my brother. It does. No, absolutely. Absolutely. I just think that for one game, like, it's okay. Bryce is out, so they got to shuffle things up. And Marsh and Stott aren't playing, so why not? The 2-2 is inside and high for ball 3. Merrifield goes over to second. The throw's not in time. And there's a stolen base. So Merrifield is able to swipe second. Good job by him. Dives in there head first. Makes a really good play. That's the second stolen base today by the Phillies. Edmundo Sosa's up to bat. It's a full count. Phillies lead it 2-1. 10 seconds left on the pitch clock. Lodolo looks back to second, now back at the plate in the 3-2. Line drive into left field for a base hit. It got right through the 5-6 hole. And going over to third base is Merrifield, and Sosa gets aboard with a single. And Christian Pache is coming up to bat. So David Bell is going to go out there, and I believe that's going to be the end of Lodolo's day. And we have a call to the bullpen. So he'll pull the plug, and Lodolo, his day is done. I predict that Casty will come alive in mid-May. He's going to be fine. I think he'll come alive in June. You know what I mean? Like, I definitely think that he'll come alive in June. I'm just saying that I know that the lineup, like, for today, like, is not as clean, but this is not your playoff lineup, obviously. When Bryce is back, Brandon Marsh and Bryson Stott, like, all of them are going to be hitting in the lineup. So I'm okay with Castellanos today batting a little bit higher because all three of those guys are out. Now, Stott, I did mention, is struggling. Marsh is hitting the ball well. Bryce is, we all know who Bryce Harper is, so he obviously has to be in the top of your lineup. But I would have Castellanos bat over a couple players right now. Even though he's still struggling, I still want him batting over Rojas. I still want him batting over Pache. I still want him batting over Garrett Stubbs. I still want him batting over who else is in the lineup today. I still want him batting over even Whit Merrifield. I'll take that, and Christian Pache. So I'm okay with that. I'm totally fine with it. Did I just name everybody? Stubbs, Rojas, Pache, Sosa, Merrifield. Yeah, I'll take him over all 5 of those guys. I really would, just for today. Don't take this wrong, but I think that you have to balance conversation. Yes, absolutely. But we can call what we see if that makes sense. Yep, absolutely. I appreciate that. Yep. That's the thing. It's all about balance. And that's what makes this honestly really hard. Is that like I want to be involved like in the conversations, but at the number one day, the number one thing at the end of the day is that you gotta, even though you have like a lot of eyes in certain spots, you can't just get caught looking into one area. No, you gotta balance it. That's a very good critique, man. That is. We're in the top of the sixth. We have a pitching change. Runners are at the corners. Merrifield's over at third. Sosa's at first, and Pache is up to bat now. Pache swings at a pitch that wasn't even close to the plate, and Lucas Sims is now in there. A 7.71 ERA is what he has in 7 innings of work. So Lodolo is responsible for the runners over at the corners. And Sims is on the mound. Sims looks over at third, then at first, then to second. And the 0-1 to Pache is off the plate. It was a slider for a 1-1 count. Let's see. Do you think Marsh should play every day? I do. Absolutely. I agree with that. 1-1 offering is low for ball 2. If Nick Castellanos is playing every day, then why doesn't Brandon Marsh play every day? You know? If Castellanos is struggling and Brandon Marsh is hitting the ball well, definitely I think he should be playing every day. 2-1 pitch. That's way down low and outside for ball 3, so it really should have just been a walk to Christian Pache, but it's a 3-1 count. Sims just is not even throwing pitches that are even close to the strike zone. 3-1 offering, swing and a miss. That was just a little bit off the plate, but it was a good pitch. Went with a fastball that time. And the count is now full at 3-2. The count's full, and the payoff pitch, swing and a miss at 93 miles per hour on the outside edge of the plate. And Pache goes back to the dugout, and there's one away. So he went with 2 fastballs after going with, he was falling behind in the count. It was a 3-1 count, and then he decided to go with 2 straight fastballs over towards the outside part of the dish, and it worked. Here's Yohan Rojas, who's up to bat now in the 8th spot. Shows bunt at the first pitch, and it's in there for a strike. He tried to take it back, but it was a strike. That's the one thing that he has to do a better job at, and I don't know if they taught this to him or not, but he did show bunt there, and I think he actually did try to attempt a bunt, and he just missed it. That's what it was. But there have been times, too, where he's been a little bit hesitant and has really just tried to take the bunt back. The ball's 1 strike. Sims on the bump, and they'll show bunt again, and they'll try to knock it down, but it's foul over towards the first base side. Rojas is 0 for 2, reached on an error in the 4th, and stole a base. Certainly has a lot of speed on the bases. He has wheels. Rojas will call for time very quickly. Congratulations to Aaron Judge, who just passed Derek Jeter on the Yankees' all-time home run list. His 261st career long ball. The 0-2 on the way, fouled off. It's pretty awesome. It's a cool feat. He's 31 years old now. No balls, 2 strikes. And the 0-2 to Rojas lays it off. Was low. Garrett Stubbs is due up next. 1 out in the top of the 6th. Phillies lead it 2-1. in Cincinnati. And the 1-2 pitch, line drive over the shortstop's head into left field for a base hit. One run comes in, it's Whit Merrifield, and Johan Rojas comes through with an RBI single. And that puts the Phillies up 3-1. Just hit a shot over Elly De La Cruz's head, and there was no chance that De La Cruz would be able to catch it. Hanging curveball left out of over the middle of the plate. And man, Sims was not happy about that. Here's Garrett Stubbs, who rips this one out to right field. It's hooking long foul, though, and it goes into the second deck. Was early out in front of that pitch. So stopping over at third is Sosa, or second is Sosa. The 0-1 delivery, line drive, knocked down over at first base by Encarnacion Strand, and the throw over to first is in time to Sims. That was a rocket that was hit over to Strand, over towards the first base line. He knocked it down. I thought maybe he was going to catch it. And if he did, that would have easily been a double play. Just could not make the catch. Actually hit the ground first, and then it hit the bag. Couldn't tell in real time. But regardless, that's going to put runners over at second and third. And we have another pitching change. As Sims' evening is done. And David Bell wants to go to somebody else. What's up, DFJ? How you doing, bro? Thanks for stopping by. Thought it was hitting the air. Sometimes you can't tell because they just react so quickly. But it was a hot shot anyways. Pache doesn't get the chance, or Witt. Stubborn is a backup. Stubborn. Stubborn. Garrett Stubbs. It's just funny. I'm not laughing at you. I think that you did that on purpose. It's just funny. I never thought about that analogy. Just, man, that's wild. I would give Pache a shot at right field and hit eighth, in my opinion. Okay. I think that I still think that Castellanos should be batting above those guys, but that's just me. Stubbs. That's just funny. Stubborn. All right. If you are new to the channel, hit the thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, baby. Let's get to 100 likes. Come on, what are we all doing? Let's wake up. Let's wake up those bats, and let's wake up those subscribers that are on here. DFJ, man, what's going on, bro? Shout out to you. Put that link down below. You know the drill. Who's winning so far? Well, the score's right there. It's 3-1 Phillies. And yeah, DFJ, you said you might come to Jersey when you look at Mike says Turnbull. It's just funny. I'm not laughing at you. I'm not laughing at you. Like, it's just funny. I never really thought about, like, if like some people give like people nicknames like Bosch Spice was like a big thing that Skip Bayless did. I mean, I'm not saying that's right to do that. I don't know why, but in the moment it kind of was a little bit funny. But I would never do such a thing and just call somebody out like that. But that was just funny. Justin Wilson is going to be pitching for the Cincinnati Reds. He's in to face Kyle Schwarber, who's 1 for 2 with a walk, a single, and a run scored. There's 2 runners in scoring position. Rojas is over at second, and Sosa's at third. The 0-1 to Schwarber. He takes a strike at the knees, a fastball at 95 miles per hour. I know, buddy. I'm laughing my hiney off, too. It's just funny. It's just funny. It's beautiful. No balls, 2 strikes. Wilson gets set at the letters, kick, steals, and the pitches. Low and outside for a ball. There's Larry. Castellanos is a big game hunter. He is. It's 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We're in the top of the sixth inning. Phillies lead it 3-1. They have two runners in scoring position. The 1-2, the Schwarber. He takes it down low and outside for ball two. So it's 2 balls and 2 strikes to Schwarber. This is Justin Wilson's 13th season. He's pitched in 533 games throughout his career and has a 33-24 record. He's now on the Reds. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on. The 2-2 on the way. It's popped up as Schwarber got onto one knee. It's hit a mile high over towards the first base side, and then Encarnacion will make the easy grab, and the inning comes to an end. Johan Rojas, though, comes through for the Phillies as he gets an RBI single, and we go to the bottom of the sixth. Phillies up 3-1 in Cincinnati. All right. I can't believe he popped that pitch up. And that was up there for a very, very long time. Never understood why Schwarber leads off rather than Turner. What's up, JJ? How you doing, man? Thanks so much for coming on. We got 2 JJs here. I go by JJ. But JJ Carroll's here. Never understood why Schwarber leads off rather than Turner. Hey, man, I'm with you. I'm definitely with you. Like, it's I'm definitely with you about Trey Turner. I think Trey should be leading things off. I really do. I think that Trey should be getting the most at-bats right now. That's the way that I look at it. Oh, cool. I keep telling JJ and Mitch, let's do lunch, but I think they think I'm a murderer. No, you're not a murderer. I would love to do that. I would definitely love to do that. It's just that now is like the busiest time for me. It really is. Like I even told Mitch the other day, like, you know, we usually get lunch like once a month or so, but right now, like doing all these Sixers and Phillies games and just keeping up with 2 teams. That, you know, why do you think I didn't do the Flyers? Like, I didn't want to do that for like a full season. But keeping up with 2 teams and actually studying and all that stuff, it's a lot. So, during the summertime, though, I would love to get lunch with y'all. What's up, Snooter? How you doing, man? What's up, Snooter? You went 4 for 4 with a triple and 3 singles. Nice. And 4 RBI. Let's go, bro. So Spencer Turnbull's day is done. He threw 89 pitches at 8 strikeouts in 5 innings, and that may be his last start. Sir Anthony Dominguez will be pitching now in relief. So they'll pass the baton to him. In 9 games, he has a 5.87 ERA. And the first pitch to Encarnacion Strand is outside for a ball. So he recorded the final out, or caught, I should say, the final out of the top of the 6th. Then he's up to bat, and the 1-0 is swung on and missed. DFJ, you still here, my guy? You still here, dude? What's up, young Shizzy? How you doing, man? Thanks so much for stopping by. The 1-1 delivery, and that's off the glove of Stubbs. It was wide, and he just wasn't able to even catch the baseball. 2 balls, 1 strike. Always for you, JJ. Appreciate that, dude. You're the man. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. 2-1 offering is upstairs for ball 3. Where'd DFJ go? I'll make sure I punish my brother. How's no video game sound for him? What's up, Robbie? Three balls, 1 strike. We're in the bottom of the 6th. Phillies lead it 3-1, and the 3-1 pitch is down low and outside. And then Encarnacion Strand draws a leadoff walk in the bottom of the 6th inning. Where did DFJ go? There he is. There's DFJ. All right, so there's 1 on in the bottom of the 6th. We had a timeout called on the mound, so Sir Anthony Dominguez is pitching now for the Phillies. And he just walked Encarnacion Strand. So a runner's at first. We're in the bottom of the 6th, and there's nobody out. Phantoms are now up 2-1. They started off strong in the second period. The pitch that's outside and high for ball 1 to Nick Martini, who's gone hitless today in 2 at-bats. He's lined out and he is grounded out. Ground out occurred in the 4th inning. The 1-0 pitch outside for ball 2 at 96. You know, Sir Anthony, we talked about it before, but if Sir Anthony really can just pitch the way that he did in the 2022 season, that gives this bullpen even more flexibility. 2-0 delivery at the knees on the inside corner for strike 1 at 97 on the gun. Wow. We've seen him throw 100, and that was the year that he really did throw a lot of high heat. 2-1 pitch, that's way inside and low. Good job by Stubbs to get into a standing position because he had to shift his feet over towards that right side, and it's now a 3-1 count. Hit that thumbs up button. Let's get to 100 likes, baby. Come on. Let's go. 3 balls, 1 strike. Dominguez gets set above the letters. Kicks, fires, and the pitch. In there for a strike. And that was at the knees at 97 miles per hour once again. So that makes the count full. Tying run is up at the plate. There's nobody out and 1 runner on. The 3-2 on the way. Popped up, hit over towards the third base side, and it goes out of play. So it's a foul ball, and we'll do it again. But yeah, if Sir Anthony can just be that guy that's just that lights-out pitcher in the 7th or 8th inning the way that he was in 2022, that gives the Phillies another thing to work with. Payoff pitch. It's popped up again in foul ground. Stubbs will give it a look. He gets under it and will make the catch. And there's the first out of the inning, so Martini fouls out. Stubbs didn't even take the mask off, nothing. And Martini is told to sit down, figuratively speaking. Just got underneath a fastball. That was at 96. And Stubbs was like, I got it. No hesitation. Makes the catch, and there's 1 away. And Stevenson is coming up to bat. He's the catcher for the Reds, batting on the right side, and the first pitch is low for ball 1 at 98 miles per hour. Candelario waits in the on-deck circle. The 1-0 delivery by Dominguez, chopped foul over towards the third base side. Another 97-mile-per-hour fastball. So it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Emilio Pagan is getting loosened up in the Reds bullpen, so he'll probably pitch the top of the 7th when the Phillies come back up to bat for Cincinnati. Dominguez gets set, kicks, fires the pitch. Fly ball. It's hit out over to left field. And going back onto this Pache. And does he have enough room? He does not. It goes out of play, so it's a foul ball. It was hooking foul. I probably should have said that, but regardless, it's now a 1-2 count. Larry, I definitely want you on my show sometime. I need to hear some Doc and Moses stories / memories that you have. It's awesome. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and the 1-2 on the way. That's outside and low for ball 2. Showing a replay of the throw that Stubbs made to try to get Elly De La Cruz out, but Sosa did not give him a lane. The 2-2 on the way. Fly ball hit out over towards left center field. Rojas tries the dive, and it goes over the wall. It actually bounced first and went over the wall, so it's a ground rule double. You don't really see that too often at this ballpark, but Rojas almost was able to make a nice diving catch. and that'll put 2 runners in scoring position. So it bounced on the ground first and went over the wall. For those of you that don't know, that's what they call a ground rule double. See it a lot at ballparks where there's not a high fence. Some of the older parks, Rojas just ran out of room. I thought maybe he was going to get to it. He had a chance. He really did. That would have been a sporadic catch. Here's Jeimer Candelario, and he chops the first pitch foul. Definitely Sir Anthony has not had a good outing so far today out of the bullpen for Philadelphia. So Stevenson's at second. Strand is over at third. The tying run is at second. The go-ahead run is up at the plate now. The 0-1 upstairs. And again, Stubbs had to get onto his feet. And now Matt Strahm is warming up in the Phillies bullpen. 19 pitches in this inning for Dominguez. 10 balls, 9 strikes. Not a good strike-to-ball ratio whatsoever. The 1-1 on the way, swing and a miss. That was a little bit inside, but Candelario wanted to go after it. It was a slider. He's hitting .250 with runners in scoring position this season. He's 4 for 16. The 1-1 on the way, that's down low for a strike, and, well, that's another strikeout recorded by Sir Anthony Dominguez. That was strike 3 there. And 2 outs. Good job by Sir Anthony to just attack the zone there. So there's 2 away. All right. And now coming up to bat is Santiago Espinal. And he takes the first pitch down low. So there's 2 outs now. And 2 runners on base. Espinal ahead in the count 1-0. Singled in the 4th. And hitting 191 on the season, the 1-0 pitch. There's a bouncer that's fouled over towards the third base side, and count is now even at 1 apiece. Our pen is lame. One ball, 1 strike. Base hit could tie the game. Phillies lead at 3-1. We're in the bottom of the 6th, and the 1-1 pitch that sails outside for ball 2. Phillies bullpen certainly struggled last night. They're looking to get something positive today. 2-1 pitch. Fly ball. It's hit out over to right field. Castellanos can't get to it. It drops in for a base hit. 1 run comes in to score the throw to the plate. Not in time. It's a tie game on a 2-run opposite field base hit by Santiago Espinal. It's a 2-run single, and we're tied at 3 apiece. Honestly, the pitch that Dominguez just threw was out over towards the middle of the plate. Just a good piece of hitting by Espinal. I don't know why Castellanos was playing a little bit back, but he was. And there's a base hit. Well, punch and a counter punch. Here's Stuart Fairchild, who comes up, and he takes the first pitch way up high. Some of these pitches have just been all over the zone and not even close to the plate. 2022, Sir Anthony ain't coming back anytime soon, says Larry. The 1-0 delivery, that was not even close to the strike zone. Stubbs had to just leap up to make the catch. Now it's a 2-0 count, and if you're Rob Thompson, this is probably the last batter. This has to be the last batter here. Benson's up next, so that's a lefty. And Matt Strahm is probably going to come in to pitch to him. If he doesn't get out of the inning, the 2-0 pitch is inside and high for ball 3. The throw over the second base to try to get the runner, not in time. Espinal comes up with a steal, and he's now in scoring position. And that makes the count 3-0. Crickets. Oh, boy. Let's see that again. Nope. 3 balls, no strikes. Dominguez with 28 pitches. And the 3-0 pitch It's in there for a strike, and Stubbs dropped it. It had to go chase after it over towards his right side, and it honestly didn't get too far away from it. If you have not done so, hit the thumbs up button and hit that subscribe button, man. Let's get to 2,040 subscribers. Let's get to 100 likes. The 3-1 pitch to Fairchild, swing and a miss on a fastball right down Broad Street. And the count is full at 3-2. I could maybe pitch better than this, says Snooter. Maybe. How fast do you throw, my guy? Big payoff pitch coming up. Dominguez delivers from the stretch. Here it is, and it's fouled back. One with a 96-mile-per-hour fastball. Fairchild is 0 for 2. Fouled out to first base. Also grounded out as well. The 3-2 on the way. Low for ball 4, and Fairchild is aboard. So that means that the 7th man to come up is Will Benson, and Rob Thompson's going to make a move. He's going to go with the lefty on lefty. And, well, we have another pitch and change. It's been a very long 6th inning on both sides. Philly has to be up 5 runs or better for the bullpen to execute the save. Well, the bullpen was doing pretty good beforehand. Now they're just struggling. And that happens, like, during a stretch of a season. Phillies, on paper, have a very good bullpen. But, I don't know. Just hasn't been working. Hopefully this is Dominguez's last appearance as a Philly, says Midget. I'm not there yet, my guy. You kidding me? So my question, how long did my little brother get my account banned for? I have no idea what you're talking about, man. I have no clue what you're talking about, bro. Dominguez equals Nick Nelson at this point. Fastest, sorry. I don't know what you're talking about, man. I don't even know who your brother is, to be honest. I really don't. If you are new, though, hit the thumbs up button and hit that subscribe button. If you want to donate to the channel, please feel free to do so. If you are tuning in on Facebook or on any other social media platform like X, I'm starting to call that now because that's really what it is now. If you are tuning in on any other social media platform, make sure that you give us a follow on all the channels that are out there. I am actually planning on doing a game this summer on Instagram Live. And get some friends involved and try to do a game that way as well. So, they cost us huge last year. The bullpen? I thought the bullpen was pretty good. I liked Jeff Hoffman. Jeff Hoffman was great last year. Soto was okay. Wasn't bad. Alvarado was filthy. But yeah. I mean, if it was 2022, I'd agree. But it's 2024, and he continues to get worse and worse. Personally, I've seen enough from him. I'll tell you, I'll put in Orion Kirkering and give him more shots for sure. I agree. Matt Strom is going to be pitching for the Phillies. He has a 1.86 ERA and 9.2 innings of work. Big situation here. Runners at first and second. We're tied at 3 apiece. First pitch, fly ball, hit out over to center field. Rojas comes running in, can't make the catch. 1 run comes in to score. Rojas bobbles it, has to barehand it. Throw over to third. No, not in time. Fairchild gets into third base, and it's an RBI single, and the Reds take the lead 4-3. And now Elly De La Cruz is coming up to bat. Man. Rojas bobbled it, but that wouldn't have cost a run anyways. That's not really what mattered. It was just the base hit that was allowed by Matt Strom. So that's going to go to Sir Anthony Dominguez, the run. It's 4-3 runners at the corners. Here's De La Cruz batting on the right side, and he takes a 4-seamer at 92 miles per hour. Snooter says, yeah, I could pitch better. Elly singled in the third and stole a base, so he's 1 for 3 today. This Reds lineup has really been batting around the Phillies pitching in this inning. The 0-1 pitch. Fly ball hit out over to center field. Rojas has to turn, and he can't make the catch. It goes into the stands and bounces for the second ground rule double of the inning. So going back over to third is Benson because it bounced over the wall. Honestly, Rojas, I don't know what he was doing on that play. I guess it took him by surprise. And that's going to put runners over at second and third. Elly De La Cruz gets another ground rule double. Rojas, would he have had a chance to catch that? Maybe. But it would have been a tough play, but I still thought that he could have reacted a little bit quicker there. And it's not so easy to do. So runners at second and third. Benson's at third. And over at second is De La Cruz. Strom with just 3 pitches and 2 base hits allowed. Here's Steer who comes up, and that's in there for a strike. Why a repeat of yesterday? Yesterday was just mistakes. Like, that was all errors. This is just all pitching here. I mean, did Rojas make an error? No. I just thought maybe he could have reacted a little bit quicker. The 0-1 on the way, swing and a miss. So that makes the count 0-2. Yeah, to go back towards the warning track, I mean, I know that he has a lot of speed, but I still thought that he may have had a chance to catch that if he reacted just a little bit quicker. I could be wrong, though, but that's just from my 2 cents. It's 5-3 Cincinnati. Phillies came into this inning. They were up 2-1, and then they got a run on an RBI single by Rojas. The 0-2 on the way. And that is inside and low, way inside and low for a ball. One ball, 2 strikes. Strom gets set the letters, and the next pitch is up high for ball 2. Rojas should have ended the inning 4 runs ago. No, he shouldn't have. That would have been a tough catch. That catch out towards left center field, that's not easy. I can't blame him for that. 2-2 on the way. That's in there for strike 3. It was a slider at the knees. And, well, we go to the top of the 7th inning. Phillies down 5-3 now, thanks to a 2-run single by Santiago Espinal and an RBI single by Will Benson, and also a ground rule double by Elly De La Cruz. All right, I'll be right back. All right, be right back. All right, we're back for the top of the 7th inning. Reds have taken a 5-3 lead, and the Phillies are coming back up to bat. They sent 8 men up to the plate. Actually, sorry, 9 men up to the plate, that is. because Steer struck out to end the inning. And Emilio Pagan, who was warming up about an inning ago, which really seemed like it was maybe 25 minutes ago or so, will now be pitching for the Reds. That sixth inning really took a long time. We're in the top of the seventh, though. Here's Trey Turner up to bat in the first pitch. He lost his bat on a foul ball. Tried to get a 94-mile-per-hour pitch that was up high and just tried to take a hack at it, but he lost his bat. So it's an 0-1 count. Phillies down 5-3. It's Turner, Bohm, and Castellanos due up for Philadelphia. We're live for the Phillies, the Sixers, and the Eagles. We do play-by-play on our channel. If you guys enjoy our content, let's get to 2,040 subscribers. Hit that subscribe button and hit that thumbs up button. Want to get to 100 likes. That's our goal today as well. Pagan gets set. Kick steals the pitch. Ground ball right through the hole for a base hit out to right center field. Benson gets over to it, and Trey Turner able to get his first hit of the day. That's the second time, though, that he has gotten on base. Remember, he got hit by a pitch in the first and stole a bag. We only ring the bell for runs, my guy. But yes, here's Alec Bohm as he's coming up to bat. Runner over at first. Bohm's the tying run. First pitch, it sails low and away for ball one. Apparently, Shohei Ohtani just had his second double of the game. 1-0 pitch. That's just a hair outside for ball two. Alec has gone 2 for 2 today. He's gotten on base 3 times. Had an RBI single in the first, an RBI double in the third, and walked in the fifth. The fifth pitch by Pagan coming up as he gets set above the belt, and the 2-0 is chopped over towards the third base side. It's foul, though. Phillies could definitely use some runs back here, and hopefully their bullpen can do a better job in the next inning. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss on a cutter at 86 miles per hour. And the count is now 2-2. Boy, he certainly got fooled. Two balls, 2 strikes. Singley and Cruz getting warmed up now in the bullpen for the Reds. Pagan gets set, kicks, fires the pitch. Line drive into right field. It's going to drop in for a base hit in front of Benson. Benson's throw over to second base is cut off, and stopping at second is Turner, and Bohm gets on for the 4th time today. I mean, he's just seeing the ball so well. The timing has been perfect. He followed through with the swing, got a pitch right down the middle, and he just took advantage of it. He's had a hot bat, without a doubt. And he should be batting in the cleanup spot. Here's Nick Castellanos. And boy, would it be nice if he gets a big hit here. First pitch to Casty. Swing and a miss on a 4-seamer at 95 miles per hour. No balls, 1 strike. Castellanos, 32 years old, hitting 184 with 7 RBI. The 0-1 pitch fouled back over towards the screen. About the Rays, they lead at 7-5 in the bottom of the 7th against the Tigers. It was a low-scoring game for a while. Now it's getting up there. The ball's 2 strikes to Nick. Emilio Pagan on the mound. Casty is struck out, lined out, and flied out today. Tying run at first. The 0-2 on the way. Ground ball hit sharply over to third base. Knocked down by the third baseman. They'll just get 1 out over at second, and Bohm has to go back to the dugout. No play at first. So Casty does get on base, and that's going to go down as a 5-4 fielder's choice. And Merrifield is due up. Witt singled his last time up and also stole a bag. That'll put Castellanos at first and Turner at third. First pitch to Merrifield on the outside corner for a called strike one. Bohm now has the highest batting average amongst all Phillies starters with his third hit of the night. The 0-1 on the way. Fly ball hit out over to right field, and that's going to drop in for a base hit. Benson tried to trap it. He couldn't do so. It got by him. Turner's going to go over to third. Espinal cuts it off, and it's an RBI opposite field single for Whit Merrifield. Back and forth we go at Great American Ballpark. Well, it was actually a double because he went into second base. And over at third now is Castellanos. There was no chance that Benson was going to just be able to make the catch. Actually, I'm sorry, he had a chance. And he did trap it in front of him. It got away, but it didn't bounce too far away. So it's an RBI double. And David Bell's going to make a pitching change. Phillies have the go-ahead run at second and the tying run at third. Merrifield's hitting the ball well now too, man. Let's go, baby. Hit that thumbs up button. Hit that subscribe button too. How about the Heat? They're beating the Celtics 85-79. Wow, that's wild. Big game. Harper on deck. Oh, Hunter on deck. Yep. Harper not good at math. Big game Hunter on deck. Who's Big Game Hunter? All right, it's 9:02 p.m. Eastern Time. If you are new, hit the thumbs up button. Hit that subscribe button as well. And turn on the bell icons, baby. Yes, sir. You other brothers can't deny. Hot take, bells will be ringing. It's not Christmas, though. But on Christmas in July, they'll definitely be ringing. But yes, hopefully we get to ring some more bells now. You can ring my bell. What's up, Robbie? 60 likes, baby, let's go! Good stuff. Both teams combined have 17 hits today. Shotgun Shell says it's always Christmas. Yup. Wits. Oh, got you. Okay. I understand what you're saying. I get what you mean. Whit Merrifield on deck. Okay. Again, sometimes I can't read everything, so I take things out of context. What's going on, Robbie? All right, so we're in the top of the seventh. There's two runners on base. There's one out. We have a pitching change, and Fernando Cruz is going to be pitching for Cincinnati. Cruz this season has a 1.86 ERA. He's going to be facing Edmundo Sosa here. Big battle between these two guys. First pitch to Sosa is down low and outside for ball one. Edmundo has gotten on base a couple times today. Brandon Marsh now waits in the on-deck circle. And he will be pinch hitting for Christian Pache. The 1-0 down low for ball two. 2 balls, no strikes to Edmundo Sosa. Merrifield's at second, and Castellanos is at third. The 2-0 delivery fouled off. The Phillies, I don't think that they've had a lot of comeback wins this season, if not any, in the 7th inning or later that I can recall. Big opportunity here. One out in the top of the 7th. Phillies down 5-4. The 2-1 pitch. Check swing. Did he go? First base umpire says he did. And that was the right call. The pitch was just a little bit high, and Sosa barely went around. Yep. Actually, he definitely did. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Big pitch coming up here by Cruz. The 2-2 on the way. It's popped up, hit over towards the third base side, and it goes foul and out of play. That was sort of like a, not an excuse me swing by Edmundo Sosa, but just a slap swing. No, you're good, bro. The 2-2 to Sosa. That's down low and outside. That was a good block, too, by Stevenson. Oh, man, and Cruz had to go cover the plate because he thought that was going to get by Stevenson, and that is pretty game-saving there. Oof. Had to backhand it and scoot on over towards his right side. Here is the pitch of the ball game. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 2 runners in scoring position for the Phillies as they look to retake the lead. The payoff pitch to Sosa. Swing and a miss, and Sosa strikes out. A splitter at 82, right down the heart and soul of the plate, and there's 2 away. All you had to do was just try to hit a deep fly ball, and Sosa was really early. And he shakes his head, but look who's coming up to bat. He's pinch hitting now for Christian Pache, and that's Brandon Marsh. Has a chance to be a hero here for the Phillies. He's just 3 for 18, lifetime pinch hitting. Had a double and a homer and 3 RBI, but can help the Phillies tie or go ahead here on 1 swing. First pitch. That's just a strike. That was honestly a ball, but it's a called strike by Randazzo. Golden opportunity here for Philadelphia. We're in the top of the 7th. 2 outs, 2 runners on. In scoring position, the 0-1 by Cruz to Marsh. Swing and a bouncer that's fouled. That pitch was inside too, but Marsh had a defensive swing there. No balls and 2 strikes. Marsh did not get the start today. Pache did. Marsh batting on the left side of the plate. And he's been very good for the Phillies this season. One of their best hitters. No balls, 2 strikes, and the 0-2 to Marsh. Down low. Good take by Brandon. Cruz wanted to have a splitter, or just pitch a splitter, but that was in the dirt. Blindazzo. I see what you did there. The 1-2 on the way to Marsh. Fly ball hit out over to right field. It's going back towards the track, and making the catch is Will Benson at the wall. Cruz is fired up, and the Phillies, even though they do get 1 back, just missed a home run to take the lead, and we go to the bottom of the 7th. Oh, man, what a catch by Benson. That was wild. That's insane, man. All right, well, we go to the bottom of the 7th inning, and it is time now for your Philadelphia Phillies trivia question of the day. If you get the question correct, or if you get the answer correct, you'll hear this. If you get the answer incorrect, you'll hear this. Okay. All right, so let's ask our trivia question. All right, so I want you, where is it? Where are we? Where is it? I took a picture of it. Where is it? Okay. I want you to name me, okay, 1 pitcher that had the lowest ERA in their first 4 starts since 1994. Which Phillies pitcher, one of 5 Phillies pitchers, has had the lowest ERA in their first 4 starts since 1994? Just name me one. Name me one. Here's Gregory Soto, who comes in now for the Titans. In 69 games last season, he had a 3-4 record with a 4.62 ERA. Kurt Schilling. Incorrect. That is not correct. Keep going. Keep going. Aaron Nola. Incorrect as well. Encarnacion Strand is due up to bat for the Titans. For the Reds, that is. Titans are pitching, and the first pitch is fouled off. Zach Wheeler. That is Terry. The 0-1 pitch. Fly ball hit out over to right field. It's looking foul, and it just goes out of play. Cliff Lee. That's one. That's one. Cliff Lee is one of five Phillies pitchers with the lowest ERA in his first 4 starts since 1994. That is correct. Good job. The 0-2 on the way. That's chopped foul. If you want to guess the other 4, by all means, you can. It's going to be tough. Terry Mulholland, no. That was incorrect. The ball's 2 strikes, and the 0-2 on the way. It's inside and high for ball 1. I'll just tell you the other 4, but yes, you did get 1. That is correct. The team got stellar performances from Manny Trio, Pete Rose, Larry Boa, Gary Maddox, Bob Boone, and a pitching staff that included 17-game winner Dick Ruthven. Yep. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Christian Encarnacion Strand. Soto is on the hill, and the 1-2 on the way. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. And there's the first out recorded in the bottom of the 7th. So Strand strikes out, and coming up to bat is Martini. So the other 4 pitchers, and we'll name it at the end of this inning. First pitch in this at-bat, ground ball hit over to third, bobbled by Sosa. Hot shot, throw over to first, just in time. Edmundo Sosa had to try to backhand the ground ball that was hit sharply by Martini. And, well, he came up with it and was able to throw a dart over to first. And David Bell wants to challenge this call here. He says, put the earpieces on. Let's see again. Sosa tried to make a sliding stop. He backhanded it, and the throw over to first, I think it was just in time. Good job by Bohm to hang on to the bag. And Sosa, I wonder what the radar gun would have said about that throw over to first. So it's 2 outs, but they are going to replay. They're going to review this replay here. They're saying that if you look at the replay, Bohm's foot did come off the bag at some point when he tried to make the catch. It was above his head, so he kind of had to. But did Bohm have his right foot on the bag when he caught the baseball? That's the question. That was a nice bang-bang play whatsoever. It was, but did he catch it? I think his foot was barely off the bag. Maybe not, though. They said that maybe the pointer, the big toe, may have been on there. So the call is overturned, and that's going to mean that the runner is going to be rewarded first base, and that's Nick Martini. I think that they're going to, let's see what they rule that as. I'm curious now. So it's 1 out and a runner over at first base. Here's Stevenson. Check swing. Did he go? First base umpire says yes or no. He says no. Stevenson's 1 for 2. He walked and doubled and also scored a run. 1 ball, no strikes, and the 1-0 pitch. That's on the inside corner. for strike one. I'll tell you the rest of the guys after the inning is over. So they just rule it as an infield single by Martini for now. The 1-1 on the way, that just misses inside for ball two. Hit the thumbs up button and hit the subscribe button. Right now, I think that they ruled it as an infield single for now. Yep. It was a nice play, to be honest. It was a hot shot. All right, so Thompson's going to come in the pinch run mid at bat for Martini here. That's weird. How about that? Yep, Thompson's going to pinch run. I got quick thumbs, baby. That's right. 2 balls, 1 strike. We're in the bottom of the 7th, and the 2-1 pitch. That's in there for a strike at the knees. Good pitch thrown by Soto at 97 miles per hour. Two balls, 2 strikes. 1 out in the bottom of the 7th. It was a low-scoring game for a while, and already 6 runs have been scored over the last 2 innings so far. The 2-2 on the way, that's just misses downstairs at 85. With a sinker a slider that time. It's maybe the longest game of the year for the Phillies. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Payoff pitch coming. Here it is. Swing and a fly ball. That's fouled, though, over towards the first base side, and it goes out of play. Yeah. So Bubba Thompson is the guy that came in the pinch run for Nick Martini. He's over at first. The pitch to Stevenson. Ground ball back up the middle for a base hit. Rojas gets over to it, and going over to third is Thompson, and that's going to put runners at the corners once again. The bullpen struggles continue for the Phillies. Soto left one out over the middle, and there was a base hit by Tyler Stevenson. That's the 3rd time that he's gotten on today. And Caleb Cotham is going to go out there to try to calm him down. All right. That was just not a good execution whatsoever. At that point in time, you can't throw a fastball right down the middle because you know that Stevenson's going to get a hold of it, and he's going to do whatever he can. So 1 out in the bottom of the 7th. Phillies are down 5-4. Jeimer Candelario, the switch-hitting third baseman, is due up next. So just wanted to go back to our trivia question. The question was, which 5 Phillies pitchers had the lowest ERA in the first 4 starts since 1994? Cliff Lee was one of them. Roy Halladay was another one. Spencer Turnbull is another one at 1.23. David West also did it in 1994. He had a .82 ERA. And the other one that would have been tough to figure out was Vance Worley, who had a 1.23 ERA in 2010 over his first 4 starts. First pitch, and that's swung on and fouled. No balls, 1 strike. What game is 15 minutes delayed? The ball is 1 strike. And the 0-1 pitch, that's way outside for a ball. What do you mean it's 15 minutes delayed? We're in real time. One ball, 1 strike. And the 1-1 pitch. That's just looked like it was a strike, but home plate umpire Tony Randazzo calls it a ball, and that's not the right call. You mean 15 seconds. 15 seconds. Not minutes. 15 seconds, that is correct. 2-1 pitch by Soto. Check swing. Did he go this time? First base umpire says no. and Candelario held his horses. The Dodgers now lead it 11-2 in Washington. How about that? 3-1 pitch to Candelario. That's on the upper third of the zone for strike 2. They put up 2 runs in the 8th and 3 in the 9th. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and the payoff pitch to Candelario misses inside, and that's going to load the bases. And now Espinal is due up next. He gave the Reds the tie the last time that he was up to bat, and Soto is still out there. 20 pitches. I don't think anybody's warming up in the bullpen, not that I know of. Espinal's 0 for 1 with the bases loaded. Lifetime. Or sorry, this season that is, and the first pitch is on the upper third of the zone for a strike. Soto will deliver from the stretch here. No balls, 1 strike. And here's the pitch. Line drive into right field. Castellanos will make the catch. Runner from third tags up and will score. And it's now a 6-4 game. The runner from second also goes over to third. And Espinal gets an RBI sac fly. It's now 6-4 Cincinnati. So Thompson scored from third. Stevenson goes over to third. And staying put over at first is Candelario. It's 6-4. We're in the bottom of the 7th, and now runners at the corners for Stuart Fairchild, who's 0 for 2. Feels like old times, says Hardcore for All. Can the Phillies get out of the inning? First pitch is way outside for a ball. Without any further damage, that's the real question. The Heat are taking care of business against the Celtics. 102-96. That series could be wild, man. 3:15 left to go. The 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss on the slider at 84 miles per hour. Soto's a veteran, JJ. Rob has to be nice to him. Can't even pull him. Can't do that. The 1-1 just misses inside for ball 2. I mean, it's not finding the spots. Like, something's off, and I don't know. 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Good job that he threw the slider there. Rob just says to figure it out. On deck is Will Benson. Phillies will have Rojas, Stubbs, and Schwarber coming up in the top of the 8th. 2-2 on the way. Strike 3 called on the inside corner. A very late call by Randazzo. The side is retired, but it's 6-4 Cincinnati. They're showing the home plate umpire. I don't know if somebody got ejected or not. So Randazzo is being shown. I think that Soto was looking for a call. The call at strike 3 a little bit earlier. It was a very delayed call, and he put his hands up saying, like, why didn't you make the call earlier? Nonetheless, though, an RBI sac fly by Santiago Espinal, and the Phillies are coming back up to bat. 5 runs in 1.2 innings of work. That is correct, but that's just wrong by the Phillies. So, if you are new to the channel, hit the thumbs up button. Hit that subscribe button, man. Come on, bro. Come on. What are we doing on here? If you guys enjoyed this content, make sure you hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button. We are on for every single Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles game. Try to keep up with everything. All right? We got a doubleheader on Thursday. We got Phillies tomorrow. Tomorrow is Thursday. Can't believe that. That's really crazy. So we got Phillies tomorrow afternoon as they wrap up this series against Cincinnati. And we also have The Sixers taking on the Knicks tomorrow night at 7:30. We need to reevaluate our bullpen, says Jordan. I'm not ready to hit the panic button yet, but I will say that these decisions that have been made by Rob, I'm sorry, your pitcher's not having your stuff, and it's not like it's the 3-batter rule. Like, you need to, I wish that he was a little bit more assertive with that. But he wants them to figure it out. Like, that's who he is. He's a player's manager. He's the typical player's manager that wants these players to try to figure it out. And the clubhouse loves him. And he does a good job in certain areas of the game. But in regards to the bullpen management, he has really struggled. And you can tell that. And I love Rob. And I love what he does to try to boost players' confidence up. But sometimes he just does not press the right buttons in regards to the management of the bullpen. Brent Suter is going to be pitching now for Cincinnati. 9 games is a 2.30 earned run average, and the 0-1 to Rojas is in there at the knees for a called strike. Rojas reached on in there, had a single, an RBI, and a stolen base as well. Suter, again, a 2.30 earned run average in 15.2 innings of work and 12 strikeouts. The 0-2 on the way. Line drive played on the bounce, though, by De La Cruz. Throw over to first just in time. Took a bounce, and Rojas hit it sharply on the nose. But there's one away. Phillies down to their final 5 outs. It's not about love, it's about results. I agree. I'm with you. I totally agree. Stubbs steps into the box, and he takes the first pitch for a strike. He got set with his stance, and then just was not ready to swing, and Stubbs was just like, I'm just going to take this all the way. The 0-1 by Suter, ground ball, foul over towards the first base side. And he was looking at the home plate umpire, Randazzo, and was like, I wasn't ready. Randazzo was like, you're up. The 0-2 to Stubbs. Lay it off. Slider that's just outside. Turnbull today went 5 innings, allowed 3 hits, 1 earned run, and had 8 strikeouts. And the 1-2 is way up high and outside for ball 2. Suter's definitely one of those guys that just does not waste any time getting set with his windup. Stubbs will take a very quick step out of the box, though, to try to slow things down. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and the 2-2 to Stubbs. Swinging a foul tip into the glove for strike 3, and Stubbs having some words with Tony Randazzo, and he has to watch himself. Stubbs still chirping at him, and now goes back to the dugout. Kyle Schwarber also looked at him as well, and now Rob Thompson is coming out there. So Thompson having a discussion with Randazzo. Stubbs went back to the dugout. And I think that this is just in regards to looking at the first pitch when he tried to step into the box. Thompson trying to calm tensions and just talk to Randazzo here. And now he goes back to the dugout. He just wanted an explanation and tried to stand up for his player. But Schwarber is up to bat now for the Phils. 2 outs, and the first pitch to Kyle is on the upper third of the zone for a strike. Sometimes you wish that he would get a little bit more fired up, but it's just not who he is. The 0-1 that's in the dirt for a ball. I thought maybe Stubbs was going to get ejected or something. The 1-1 to Schwarber, swing and a miss. Oh, man. It was an inside and high pitch, and Schwarber didn't even have a full swing. His pitch count was getting high. That's why. That's why he did it, man. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and the 1-2 to Schwarber, swing and a miss. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night to Kyle Schwarber. And we go to the bottom of the 8th. Phillies down 6-4 against the Reds. Top of the order coming up when we return. Well, the Dodgers ended up beating the Washington Nationals, and they tallied up 20 hits against Washington, which is absolutely wild. I'm also looking at the scores, and I see that the Miami Marlins have the bases loaded with nobody out in the top of the ninth against the Atlanta Braves. So that's definitely interesting for sure. If the Marlins actually somehow are able to tie that up, that would be wild. Josh Bell's up to bat, and Raisel Iglesias is pitching for Atlanta. And the Heat are up 109 to 101 against Boston. That's NBA playoffs. The Bruins have a 2-1 lead against the Toronto Maple Leafs. That's in the third period in this game. The series is tied at 1 apiece. So, if you are new, make sure you guys like and subscribe. And and Brad Marchand just gave them a 3-2 lead with 8:07 to go. How about that? Said 2-1, 3-1 lead. Yeah. Who you rooting for in that series? I don't know, man. It'd be cool to see Miami get out of it. 70 people on here, 65 likes, man. Come on, let's go. Jose Alvarado's going to be pitching. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning. Alvarado facing Benson here. First pitch is sliced foul. Alvarado in 10 games. His ERA is a little bit high. It's a 5.19 earned run average, 9 strikeouts in 8 2/3 of an inning. The 0-1 pitch. Check swing, ground ball, hit over to third base. Sosa has it, fields it cleanly, throws across the diamond, and there's one away. So there's the first out. Again, we're in the bottom of the 8th inning. So Benson grounds out over to third. And De La Cruz is coming up to bat. He's 2 for 4. Power on power here. This should be a wild matchup. He singled, doubled at an RBI, and a stolen base as well. Batting on the right side. First pitch on the upper third of the zone on the inside corner for strike 1. Marlins just tied it 3-3. The ball's 1 strike and the 0-1 just inside for a ball. They just tied it 3-3. Luis Arias scored on an error. And then Bell was safe at first on the fielding error by Matt Olson. And that's runners at second and third. Wow. 2 balls, 1 strike. The pitch inside and low again for ball 3. Big error by Olson, and it's a tie game there. I know a couple people that aren't going to be happy about that. 3 balls, 1 strike. 1 out in the bottom of the 8th. And the 3-1 to De La Cruz. Line drive into left field. He'll win the battle and get himself a base hit there. So he's over at first base. Marsh, who came in to play left field for Pache, was able to field it on 2 bounces. Have yourself a day, Elly De La Cruz. It's been unbelievable. Now Spencer Steer is due up to bat. 6-4 Cincinnati in the bottom of the 8th inning. Steer is up at the plate. 1 out. And pitch number 1 upstairs. 1 ball, no strikes. Alvarado gets set at the belt and will deliver from the stretch momentarily. Throw back over to first, not in time. Hope you jinxed me. 2 outs now in the 9th there. Can't believe that the Marlins tied it. 1 ball, no strikes to Spencer Steer. On deck is Strand. The pitch on the way. It's down low for ball 2. And going over to second base is De La Cruz with a stolen base. It's now 2 balls and no strikes. And that's the second steal of the day for Elly. What can he do? 14th stolen base of the season. And Elly has to go back over to second as Alvarado tried to throw him out. Cincinnati 3 for 10 with runners in scoring position tonight. Phillies are 4 for 16. Runner goes again. The pitch. It's in there for a strike throw over to third. Not in time either. 3rd stolen base of the day for Elly De La Cruz. Rob says hold it. They want to see if he's out, and they say play on. Elly got in there in time. Dove in and just was able to... Sosa tried to apply the tag, but it was just too late. 2 balls, 1 strike. 1 out in the bottom of the 8th, and the 2-1 pitch. Fly ball hit out over to right field. De La Cruz will tag. Castellanos catches it, and it's now 7-4. As De La Cruz scores, and he's able to provide another big run for the Cincinnati Reds. Does he still lead the league in stolen bases? Yes. Two outs and a sac fly by Spencer Steer. And then Encarnacion Strand is up to bat with the bases empty. The pitch just inside for ball 1. Alvarado gets set at the belt again. 10 seconds left on the pitch clock, and the 1-0 delivery way upstairs at 97. Just wild. The pitch, up high again for ball 3. Three balls, no strikes, and the 3-0 pitch. That misses just a little bit outside and high for a ball 4, and there's a straight walk allowed to Strand. His second walk of the day. De La Cruz is 5th in OPS coming into today. And in stolen bases, he still is first. But he has 3 today, so now he has 16. Timeout called on the mound. 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. Phillies will have their last chance in the top of the 9th. It'll be Turner, Bohm, and Castellanos, the meat of the order. Marlins did not take the lead. They did tie the game, though. It's in the bottom of the 9th, and there's 1 out in that game. Thompson comes up to bat, and he swings and misses at the cutter. Came in the pinch run for Martini. It's Bubba Thompson, who has yet to get an RBI this season. 0-1 pitch, way inside at 96 miles per hour. Ricardo Pinto is getting warmed up in the Phillies bullpen in case Alvarado can't get out of this. If you are new, hit the thumbs up button. Hit that subscribe button. Let's get to 100 likes and 2,040 subs. The 1-1 bouncer fouled over towards the third base side. The Brewers were able to just get win number 15 in their season. Just got that notification too. The 1-2 on the way. Misses again. High and inside. How's this bullpen ranked number 1? Well, right now they're not playing like a number 1 bullpen, clearly. 2-2 on the way. Chopped foul. The bullpen tonight has allowed 6 runs in just 2 2/3 of an inning. Two balls, 2 strikes, and the 2-2 on the way. That misses inside and low. Not a good pitch again by Alvarado. The cutter just looked way off there. Sort of sad because it's like some of these pitchers are not even throwing the ball that's even close to the strike zone. Payoff pitch coming up. Here it is. Swing and a miss. Alvarado gets out of it. Goes with a cutter that was at the knees. And the side is retired. Another run scored, though, on the sac fly by Spencer Steer. And it's now 7-4 as we go to the top of the 9th. Last chance for the Fightins in this game. All right. Who else is still here? Comment down below. Hit that thumbs up button. Hit that subscribe button. My name is Jason Joseph. This is Play by Play with JJ. Hopefully you're all doing well and having yourselves a very fantastic day. Yeah, man. We're on for the Phillies, the Sixers, and the Eagles. Both teams have 10 hits. Phillies just have only been able to produce 4 runs. He didn't get out of it, though. Yes, he did. That's the end of the inning. He got out of it. He didn't get out unscathed, but he got out of the inning. All right, we go to the 9th. Phillies will have Turner, Bohm, and Castellanos due up. Yep, 2 2/3, 6 runs by the bullpen. Spencer Turnbull did not deserve that. Just allowed 1 run in the 3rd. That was it. So. All right, last chance for the Phillies. And we'll see what the Reds decide to do, if they decide to go with their closer or not here. Probably will. Ranked number 1. What a joke. Says Vegas. What's up, Vegas? Vegas, that's how you say it. Sorry about that. All right, Alexis Diaz, the closer, is going to be pitching now for the Cincinnati Reds. He's been pretty good all season long for the most part. I'm with you, Jay Nolan. I'm with you. I understand. I get it. Alexis Diaz is 1-1 this season. He's 4 for 5 in save opportunities with a 3.86 earned run average. Opponents are batting 156 against him. And here's Turner, who takes the first pitch wide. Thanks, man. I'm the next best thing to YouTube TV. I love that. No, I understand what you mean. Thank you, man. 1-0 pitch. There's a fly ball hit out over towards shallow left center field. Coming in is Steer. He almost lost it for a second, but he is there to squeeze the baseball and make the catch for the first out of the inning. Phillies down to their final 2 outs. Here's Alec Bohm, who's been another bright spot for the Phillies. He went 3 for 3 today so far and has gotten on base all 4 times. Diaz gets set and delivers, and it's a foul ball. What's up, Linda? The Phillies are going to be okay. I agree. The 1 pitch. Line drive into left center field for a base hit, and Alec Bohm has a 4-hit game as he singles again. Man, if there's anything that you've learned today, Bohm needs to be batting in the cleanup spot. He is just a run producer. He's a hitting machine. Absolutely. Turned on a fastball and smoked that thing up the middle. All right, Castellanos is due up. If Castellanos gets on, then the tying run comes up. First pitch to Casty. Ground ball it over to first base. The flip over the second. There's one. Throw back to first. That's the game. A 3-4-3 double play. And that's going to do it. Phillies lose by a final score of 7-4. Nice play by Encarnacion Strand. Had to backhand it. Flip it over to second for one. And the throw back to first was in plenty of time. And that's that. All right, so Diaz gets the save, and the Phillies lose by a final score of 7-4. They had 11 hits today. Even though they had their opportunities to try to score runs, the main takeaway from this game is that the bullpen has been laying a lot of eggs. And tonight was just one of those nights where the bullpen and the bullpen management was just off their game. Espinal obviously was able to get a 2-run single. He had a sac fly, also scored a run, and he was sensational. But the Phillies bullpen really struggled. You want to know what my biggest takeaways are? My biggest takeaways are that the bullpen was bad today. Clearly, the bullpen has been really struggling. Larry gave a stat a couple of innings ago about how the bullpen's been doing over their last 12 innings. Well, I'll tell you today, in literally 3 innings, they allowed 6 runs. 6 runs. So, that's the number one concern about today's game. Am I hitting the panic button? No. But the bullpen has been really concerning over this last week. And they can do a better job. They have the personnel to do it. But the bullpen has been terrible. And Rob made some questionable decisions. He did. I can understand taking Spencer Turnbull out when he did with 88 pitches because, again, that's the way it's going. It's going up to analytical stuff. But, you know, why not put in Jeff Hoffman at certain times? I thought that when Sir Anthony Dominguez was just getting rocked out there, you had to pull him a little bit sooner. That's just what I thought, though. But, I don't know, man. It was tough. Castellanos has really been struggling offensively. There's no doubt about it. I'm okay with him batting cleanup in this game, but clearly it's the top of the 9th. Bohm just got on with a single. All right, you're not going to take the first pitch and you ground into a double play instead. That's the worst thing that you could do there, dude. And again, that's not why you lost. You lost this game because your bullpen blew it. That's my biggest takeaway. One word to describe this game, guys. Comment down below. Now, they have a chance to even the series and split it tomorrow. And they can. They can do that tomorrow afternoon. The series will be wrapping up. The game starts at 1:15 p.m. Eastern Time. And it should be an interesting one. But one word to describe that game. Comment your thoughts down below. What does that mean, Robbie? We tried, JJ, but the pen was terrible. That's the bottom line. The bullpen was terrible today. That's why you lost. You didn't lose because Castellanos grounded into a double play. Now he has to be better, obviously. Bryce Harper was not in the lineup today, and of course Marsh and Stott weren't in the lineup today because of these lefty rules. But the bullpen laid an egg. The one word that Jordan says, unhealthy. Turnbull taken out. Manager now is handling things. Who's in versus who. Then all the righties stacked, all best hitters. So, yeah. Bohm. So you can't take Bohm out or Turner or Casty, et cetera, but they're your hitters. Manager again. look, I've backed up Rob a couple of times. The game has become more analytical, clearly. And it's not just a Rob thing. That's just how it's going. With that being said, though, there are times where you have to know where the eye test comes in. And I love what Rob does in regards to gathering the players together when they are slumping, and he tries to be the nice guy and tries to get them to feel more comfortable. It was working when Joe Girardi was here because that change in philosophy worked. And last year, the Phillies did get hot, and he did press good buttons last year. But I'm just saying that this year, he has definitely made some questionable decisions. I don't disagree with that. But in the long run, I still think you need him. I'm not on the fire Rob Thompson bandwagon just yet. I'm not there. Is he on the hot seat? I don't even think he's on the hot seat personally. I don't. But the bullpen has to be managed better. The bullpen has to execute better. No doubt about it. No doubt whatsoever. But what does Rob look when you want him to be? But what does he look like when you want him to be the bad guy? I don't know. That's just not like in his DNA. I don't think it's a part of his character. Even tonight when he was arguing and trying to back up Garrett Stubbs, he wasn't going to get thrown out. Like, he wasn't going to yell. You didn't really see him just going out there with anger or fury. And I'm not saying that he has to do that, like, all the time. But there are certain moments where you got to back your guys up. And we need to see you, showing that. But if it's not a part of his character, it's not a part of his character. But even still, you gotta manage the bullpen better. And the bullpen has to be more efficient. Sir Anthony Dominguez tonight was terrible. Absolutely terrible. Gregory Soto did not have a good day. That's why you lost. Now, everybody's going to forget about this, but this seemed like it happened eons ago. But Trey Turner and this base running thing has to stop. It has to stop, man. All these base running mistakes that they're making, it is just so bad. Like, I'm happy that the game has changed and has allowed players to run more. But there have been so many countless times this season where somebody gets caught into a rundown, and it's a shame that Trey Turner ended his stolen base streak that way. It really is. And they had a chance to score there. They really did. So, all right, guys, that's it for me. I love you all. I will catch you all tomorrow afternoon. And we'll talk more about this team. I will eventually be doing more post-game shows. I'm not going to do it, though, tomorrow because I got Sixers. And then tonight I got some stuff that I got to get done. But be on the lookout for more post-game shows, All right, love you guys. Before I go, what did you do to Red Bar? Because he's streaming right now. Screaming. I have no idea what you're talking about, man. I don't know who Red Bar is. I don't even know who you are, man. If somebody's calling me out, I don't really care, to be honest. If somebody doesn't like me, I don't care who likes me or not. I really don't. I come on here, I have an agenda. I'm here to do what I do, and I'm not a people pleaser. I'm here to give play-by-play, and I'm here to build a family of good people. If somebody doesn't like me, not everybody's going to like me. All right, love you all. I will catch you all in the next one. I do hope you guys have a very, very good night. Comes down to the manager and base running. Yep. All right. Talk to you later. Yep, he's done too. All right, thanks, Mike. All right, see you. Good night. Love you guys.